makers of Mobil Gas and Mobil Oil, bring you Orson Welles.
Good evening, everybody. This is Orson Welles. Tonight, the Mercury Wonder Show is pitching its tent at the Los Angeles Port of Embarkation in Wilmington, and right here, I'm sorry to have to make this announcement. But the guest star we originally planned to have with us tonight just wasn't available at this time, so we had to take somebody else. I know this is a big disappointment to you, but it just couldn't be helped. So appearing with us tonight instead of Bela Lugosi is Lana Turner. Thanks for taking it like this. You fellas are really good sports. Well, I know why you feel this way about Lana. I guess you heard what a good job she's been doing playing all the Army camps. And not only just the big ones. Last week, Lana played a camp so small, the CO was an acting PFC. Well, we had a nice trip, though. We had a nice trip coming down here to the camp tonight. The officers were swell, particularly Colonel Herbert. We were very flattered. We've never had a colonel come to Hollywood to escort us to the camp before. Of course, we've never had Lana Turner on the program before. I sat in the front of the car, and the colonel sat in the back next to Lana. It's the first time I've ever seen a colonel with barbecued eagles. And now, just in a minute, we're going to bring you one of our regular Mercury GI fables, a little something starring the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer somebody, Miss Lana Turner, plus the celebrated Private Mulvihill of See Here Private Hargrove, Dr. Keenan Wynn. But first, who's here but Johnny McIntyre?
Well, here it is, folks. Sound Man's Holiday, or the case of the cranky crankcase. Listen. A car goes limping along the road. The crankcase is very low on oil. What little it's got is winter oil, tired out and thin. What it needs is a fill-up of fresh summer Mobil oil, the right grade for midsummer driving. Without fresh oil, that car is headed toward a breakdown. But wait. It's not too late. Just ahead looms the sign of the Flying Red Horse, that famous stop where a friendly fellow sells summer Mobil oil. And that car's turning in. Yes, that thirsty crankcase is going to get Mobil oil. And Mobil oil will ward off wear and friction. It will keep the motor clean and running smoothly. Listen. Hear that? That's more like it. Mobil oil is the proper grade for hot and dusty driving days. That car's all set for summer, and it's set to run much better longer. Take the tip and keep your crankcase filled with regular changes of summer Mobil oil, the world's largest selling motor oil.
You know, nowadays, the Mercury Theater is spending most of its time entertaining servicemen with a magic show, and this gets us around to an awful lot of Army camps. Well, in one of the camps, just a week or so back, they told us a story. We can't tell you the name of the camp, but we can tell you the story. Maybe you won't believe this story, but we do. We want to. Here it is the way we heard it. You'll decide for yourself what to think about it. Seems a lot of Joes in this camp were chewing the fat on the front porch of the service club.
Well, it's weird, that's what it is.
Yeah, what was it? How did it happen?
Well, like I'm telling you, some dumb clerk leaves a truck on the hill in back of Barrack C and forgets to put the brakes on.
Yeah.
Now, the first thing I know, the truck starts rolling. Now, here's the truck rolling down the hill, heading off the road, and it's loaded with shells, mind you. So I closes my eyes and I holds my ears. You know how loud nurses disturbs me. Well, after a minute, nothing happens, so I opens my eyes. And there's the truck stopped dead in the middle of the hill, and sitting on the ground 6 inches in front of the truck is Private Holloway.
Was he hurt bad?
No, it didn't touch him, I tell you. It comes to a stop 6 inches in back of him, and the truck just stood there, kind of quivering all over.
Well, didn't Holloway see it coming?
No, he was just sitting there looking at a picture of Lana Turner.
No wonder the truck was quivering. I'd quiver a little myself.
Hey, Schnitzer!
What is it, Sarge?
Where's Holloway?
In the barracks, looking at Lana Turner's picture.
Well, go get him.
Oh, no, I ain't going near him. There's something about that guy that ain't kosher. He's looking at that picture. Strange things happen, and he's always looking at it and talking to it.
Made me love you. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. You made me love you, and all the time you knew it. I guess you always do it. Oh, gee. Gee, Lana. I never get tired of looking at your picture. All the other guys got 15 or 20 pictures, all different girls. I used to have pictures of all the different movie stars until I found your picture. Now I'm ready to settle down. I guess I've always been crazy about you. I'll never forget you in Honky Tonk, where you were married to Clark Gable, and he was always leaving you to play poker. And you cried because you didn't think he was ever coming back. I wasn't so sure he was either. Gosh, how you cried. But at the end of the picture, he did come back, and then I cried. You won't remember this, Lana, but I met you once face to face. Honest Injun, I did. I was standing outside the canteen. You came rushing out the stage door and bumped into me, right smack into me. You didn't hurt me, though. You thought you did. You looked right at me and said, "I'm sorry," and patted me on the cheek. That was a year and a half ago, and I still haven't washed that spot. Then one day I saw your picture on a billboard advertising Swoon Queen Bubble Soap. Well, what's good enough for you is good enough for me, Lana. I borrowed a soup vat from the kitchen and took a bubble bath. Gosh, it was frothy. And just like you said in the ad, Lana, those bubbles sure last, because ever since that day we've been getting soup with a head on it. I don't have to tell you how I'm feeling. The very mention of your name sets my heart reeling. You know you made me love you. Gosh, Lana, I wish I could see you again in person. When I was a kid, Mother always told me that if you wished hard enough for something, it'd come true. But I guess that's just one of those fairy stories mothers tell their kids.
What makes you say that?
Well, after all, when you grow up, you just know that those things are impossible. They just can't happen. And that...
Well, what's the matter?
Well, you. Lana, Miss Turner, here.
Well, you wished for me, didn't you?
Well, gee, I never dreamed that. A girl here in the barracks. I think it's against the rules. I could get gigged for this.
Oh, then you want me to leave?
Oh, no, please don't. But maybe I'd better find someplace to hide you.
Oh, that isn't necessary. Nobody can see or hear me. Here, let me show you something. Look in that mirror. Can you see me?
No, that's strange. I can see me in the mirror. Maybe there's no room for you. Gosh, this may be all a dream. You may not be here at all.
Oh, I'm here, all right. I'll prove it to you. Here.
Boy, are you here. Now I don't have to wash either side of my face. Gee, Lana Turner right here in the barracks with me. I haven't been so happy since they showed us Jane Eyre. But how did you get here? Where'd you come from?
Now, don't ask any questions. There are some things that can't be explained.
But my sergeant doesn't like things that can't be explained. He wouldn't understand. In fact, there are a lot of things he doesn't understand even after they've been explained to him.
Well, now that I'm here, what would you like to do? Are you hungry? I could arrange a big lunch just by snapping my fingers. Steak, French fried potatoes, apple pie.
Oh, no, thanks, no. We soldiers prefer K rations.
Well, then perhaps we can have some fun. I'll drive into town and we can take in a show and then go for a moonlight drive through the park.
Oh, it's awfully nice of you, Lana, but I couldn't make it tonight. You see, if I stay in camp tonight, I have a chance to hear the Articles of War again.
I'm sorry, but I don't understand you, soldier. Why did you wish for me?
Well, I don't know. I just like to look at you and talk to you and...
Oh. Well, all right, then. Let's talk. What would you like to discuss? Girls?
Please. There are some things we soldiers don't talk about. Lana, I don't like to mention this, but you're beginning to fade a little. I don't see you as well as I did before.
Oh, that always happens when I get a little tired.
Come to think of it, I'm a little tired, too. What do you say? Let's split a salt tablet.
No, what I need is lunch, and I'm going to have a little right now. Abba-cadabra.
Hey, where did this turkey come from?
Well, now, never mind. Just dig in.
Look at that turkey.
I'll help myself.
This turkey-leg is wonderful. This must be made from real turkey. You better duck. Here comes my sergeant. Look out now.
Oh, now, don't worry. He can't see or hear me.
But look out. Here he is.
Holloway, I thought I told you. Hey, Holloway, What are you doing with your hands up to your mouth?
Be careful what you say. He can't see the turkey leg either.
Holloway, I said, what are you doing with your hands up to your mouth?
I'm playing a harmonica.
You what?
I'm playing a harmonica, and it's delicious.
You're playing a harmonica. Leave us hear you play My Old Kentucky Home.
Well, I can't do it without salt and pepper.
Oh, you can't do it. Now, wait a minute, sad sack. What's cooking?
Now, please, Sarge, watch your language. There's a lady present.
Oh, excuse me, miss. Hey, what is this?
Oh, now you've let the cat out. You better explain it to him.
All right, I will, dear.
Well, it's very nice of you, sweetheart. Hey, what's going on here?
Well, Sarge, this is kind of hard to explain. You see, to understand, you have to believe in fairy stories.
Now, wait a minute, soldier. Smile when you say that.
Wait, Sarge, what I'm trying to say is there's a girl here with me.
Oh, hiding a girl in the barrack.
No. She's standing right here next to me, Sarge, only you can't see her.
Oh, I can't see her.
Oh.
I suppose she come with the harmonica.
Well, yes, in a way, Sarge. Oh, I might as well introduce you to you, Sarge. This is Lana Turner.
Well, I'm glad to know you. I'm Charles Boyer.
No, Sarge, I know it's hard to believe, but honest, Lana Turner is standing here right next to me.
Oh, it's not so hard to believe. Look who's standing next to me. Gypsy Rose Lee. Miss Lee, this is Miss Turner, and this is Private Holloway. Why don't we all go up to Miss Muffet's house and sit around on some tuffets and eat some curds and whey? Come with me, you G.I. Cinderella. At ease. What is it, Sergeant? I got Private Holloway outside, Lieutenant. I think you better see him. What's the trouble? I think he blew his top. What? Maybe I'd better explain. I walked into our barracks just now, and Holloway has got a harmonica, only I can't see it, and he can't play it because he ain't got no salt and pepper.
Just a moment, Sergeant. What was that again?
Well, look, sir, maybe I'd better bring Holloway in.
Yes, do that.
Right this way, Private.
Thank you, Sergeant.
I better go in with you.
Oh, you do,
At ease,
please.
Private.
Yes.
Oh, he's good looking, isn't he?
Handsomest lieutenant on the post.
Flattery will get you nowhere, soldier.
Oh, and he's so cute when he gets mad.
Please, you'll get me into a jam. Don't say anything more, honey.
What was that?
Oh, I wasn't speaking to you, sir.
Well, let's hope not.
Lana, can't you do something? Can't you make him understand, please?
Oh, I'm sorry, soldier. They can't see me, and I haven't the power to make them see me. Here, let me show you. See? I'm waving my handkerchief right in front of the lieutenant's face.
Holloway, how long have you been using perfume?
Well, you've got me wrong, sir. I never use anything but G.I. soap.
G.I. soap never smelled that good. If I'm not mistaken, that's taboo.
The sergeant doesn't smell as good as he thinks he does. It happens to be Chanel No. 5.
You're wrong, Sarge. It's Chanel No. 5.
He admits it.
That settles it. Come on with me. All right. All right, Holloway. Just sit down and relax.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Oh, you can forget the sir here. Try to think of me as your friend, the doctor. Not as an officer.
Yes, sir. I mean doctor, sir.
You see, Holloway, sometimes when our minds are taxed or strained, we think we see things that don't actually exist.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, if there's anything I can do to help. What do you think you've been seeing, sir?
No, Holloway, I'm afraid you haven't got the idea. I'm talking about you, not me. Now, this vision that you think you've seen.
No, doctor, I thought you'd understand. It wasn't just a vision. It was really Lana Turner. I know her anywhere with her lovely blonde hair and cool blue eyes and luscious red lips and that perfect figure. There was no mistaking it. Why, she even put her arms around me and kissed me. Right here. Excuse me, Doc. That's a pencil you're lighting, not a cigarette.
Yeah, so it is. You see, Holloway, some of us have delusions. But that's all right. The danger is if we believe them.
Well, I don't know what you mean, Doc. I was sitting in my barracks looking at this picture of Lana Turner when all of a sudden there she was standing right next to me.
Maybe we better try the blocks. You see, Holloway, sometimes our imaginations build for us a world that doesn't really exist.
What's the matter, soldier? More trouble?
Oh, Lana, I'm so glad you showed up.
I beg your pardon?
Well, I was just talking to Lana. She's here now.
Now, Holloway, keep calm. Let's talk this over intelligently. Here, have a smoke.
No, thanks. I don't smoke pencil.
Oh, darn it, I did it again. Now, look, son, if you persist in this delusion, this vision that you claim to see of Lana Turner, you will eventually withdraw completely from the world of reality. Your life will become one long daydream filled with Lana Turner.
Oh, is that bad?
Holloway, there's nothing wrong with you. You're as sane as I am.
Saner.
But there are no ghosts, no spirits. We live in a world of facts, not fancy. Science. Science is a wonderful thing. A plus B equals C. Cause, effect. Now, let me show you. This button on my desk, you see wires run from it to a battery, which is in turn connected with a buzzer. I press the button, the buzzer rings. But if I walk away from the desk, if I do not push the buzzer...
Now, don't worry, soldier. I'll get you out of this.
Does the buzzer ring? Does it? Does it? That's the trouble with the wires they make today. Short circuits.
It wasn't a short circuit, Doctor. Lana pushed the button.
She did nothing of the sort. I must have pressed it myself. I often do that without thinking. I like to hear the buzzer buzz. It sounds pretty.
Doctor, I think you need a doctor.
You do? I mean, who asked you? Now, sit down and let's talk this over sensibly. Have a pencil, a cigarette. Now, listen to me, Holloway. If your girlfriend is in this room, she's the biggest hunk of nothing I ever saw.
Well, I like that.
Holloway, you can get 5 years for this.
I wasn't near you, sir. Lana did it. You shouldn't have spoken to her that way.
Lana did it. No.
Lana Turner, right here in these here barracks. Think of that.
That's a lot of scuttlebutt.
How do you know, Sarge? You know, I read about a thing like that once in a book, where a guy was nuts about a dame, only couldn't see her because they kept her locked up in a tower with a dragon on guard duty, see? But this guy, he used to think about her so hard that she'd appear in front of him. And if people are crazy enough about each other, maybe it can happen. After all, love is sometimes a very beautiful and tender emotion. Kiss me. Oh, cut it out, son.
All Holloway does is he holds Lana Turner's picture like this, huh? Then he talks to it and she appears, huh?
That's what Holloway says. And I believe him.
Well, that's right. You believe that. Tomorrow I'll tell you all about the bees and the flowers. Look, Miss Turner, maybe I don't know the right words. Maybe I ain't holding this picture of yours exactly right. But you can overlook that, can't you? If you could just appear right now. I mean, you wouldn't have to stay long. That is, I wouldn't hurt you or anything. What I mean is, just like to see you. Honest, Miss Turner. Honest. I believe in fairy stories. Maybe you're here now. If you are, Miss Turner, could you leave me know it somehow? Wouldn't have to be nothing elaborate. Just kiss me on the cheek or something. Go ahead. Miss Turner, you're not cooperating. Can't you even say a word to me? Huh?
Sergeant.
Was that you, dear?
Sergeant.
Oh, coming, Colonel.
What's wrong with everybody today? Where's Captain Peters?
He's in his office, sir, talking to a picture of Hedy Lamarr.
What's that?
I mean, I'll get him, sir.
And ask Private Holloway to step in here.
Yes, sir.
Holloway!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is she
Yes,
still
sir.
with you, Holloway?
Right here next to me. Why?
Asked her to wave her handkerchief under my nose again.
Would you, Lana?
Of course. There.
Did you get it, Sarge?
It's heavenly, ain't it?
Yeah,
The Colonel wants to see you, Holloway.
Well, I'll go with you.
all right, you go along with it.
At ease, Private Holloway.
Yes, sir.
I have a report here that several incidents involving you have upset the routine today. Now, what's the trouble? Are you a malcontent?
Oh, no, sir.
Are you unhappy here? Would you like to be transferred?
Oh, no, sir. I'm very happy. This has been the happiest day of my life, sir.
Well, that's awfully sweet of you,
Oh,
soldier.
no, I mean it, Lana. Every word of it.
I beg your pardon.
No.
Well, I knew you liked me, but I didn't know you felt this way.
Oh, honey, I'm crazy about you.
What did you say, Holloway?
Oh, excuse me, sir. I'm busy. I've always felt this way about you, Lana.
You're busy.
I've always...
Oh, you're so sweet. You know that I could just kiss you for that, soldier.
I wish you would kiss me.
Holloway, do you realize what you're saying?
Oh, excuse me, sir. I didn't mean you.
Never mind what you meant. And you can unpucker now.
Oh, gosh, I seem to be getting you into one jam after another.
Oh, I don't mind. It's worth it.
What's worth what? What are you talking about?
Oh, now I've got to explain it to him.
Well, go ahead. I'll try to help.
Well, you see, sir, it's this girl. I'm kind of stuck on her, and I think about her so much that sometimes I talk to her out loud.
That's the stuff. Keep punching.
All right, I'll keep right on punching. And then sometimes when I talk to her like that, it's just like she's really there or here.
Come on, now, keep
you know
it
what
up.
I mean?
Look, I'll wave my
Sir?
handkerchief under his nose.
Well, that's all there is to it, sir. And, of course, I don't expect you to believe me, but...
But I do believe you, Holloway.
Hooray! We got him.
You do, sir?
Yes. You see, Holloway, I, too, once felt the way you do about a girl.
Really, sir?
Mm-hmm. Lana Turner.
Oh, you darling, you.
Please, attention. Forward. Holloway, what was that? Did you see anything?
Well, I did, sir, but I don't think you did.
Oh, what was it? Something brushed my face. Here, what is this on my cheek? Lipstick?
It ain't strawberry jam, sir.
Well, that will be all, Private Holloway. Return to your post.
Yes, sir.
And Holloway.
Yes, sir.
Holloway, just between us, I don't think we should mention this to anyone.
No, sir.
Well, I guess that straightens everything out. So long, soldier.
Oh, do you have to leave now? Oh, please, sir, before she goes, could I have a word with her alone?
Why, certainly I'll step outside.
Gee, he's a right guy.
She says you're a right guy, sir.
Really? You may thank her for me.
Gee, I just want to thank you, Miss Turner. It's been wonderful. Do you have to leave now?
Yes, I do.
Will I see you again?
Well, that's up to you, soldier. But would you do me a favor before I go?
After what you've done for me? Or anything. Just name it.
Would you kiss me, soldier?
Would I kiss you? Favor, she says. I'll say I will. Boy, this is a wonderful army.
So long, soldier.
So long, Lana.
You know, friends, there's a lot of words that rhyme with mile, and every one of them applies to mobile gas. Smile. Will you ever when you see the mileage that you get from mobile gas? Worth your while. That's mobile gas. It's packed with every wartime mile it's possible to give you. In style, I'll say mobile gas is America's most popular, most asked-for gasoline. Don't you want a gasoline that gives you all the mileage that it did in peacetime? Well, that's mobile gas, the brand that war plant workers, farmers, doctors, salesmen, everybody says is mile-worthy. Get it in your car, folks, mobile gas. It's a ration coupon stretcher. In style, worth your while. You drive with mobile gas and smile. Stop in at the sign of the Flying Red Horse. And, P.S. Ask your mobile gas dealer for a used tax stamp protector. It's free. Guards the used tax stamp on your windshield when it's washed or polished. Have him paste it on. Speak up for one. It's free.
All right, now you're going to hear the Mercury All-Star Jazz Combination, plus Lud Gluskin's Blue Blowers, Render a Little Jive. Now, mind you, please, what you're about to hear isn't precisely jazz, but it's fun for the men who are playing it, and we found that the men out here at the camps like it, too. Also, I like it. So, we hope you share our enthusiasm. Take it, Papa Lud. James K. Herbert for his help and cooperation. Our show out here, and I'd like to tell you that next week our guest is none other than that sumptuous personality, Miss Susan Hayward. We hope you'll join us. Until then, my sponsors, the makers of Mobil Gas and Mobil Oil, and all of us in the Mercury Theater, remain as always, obediently yours.
Tune in again next week. Same time, same station, when the makers of Mobil Gas and Mobil Oil bring you Orson Welles with Susan Hayward as his guest. Liz Turner appeared through the courtesy of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, producers of the Technicolor musical Bathing Beauty. Keenan Wynn appeared through the courtesy of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. Who this month are celebrating 20 years of motion picture leadership. John McIntyre speaking. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting.
And Mobil Oil bring you the Orson Welles Show. Listen, America, listen to how an amazing new chemical discovery is speeding victory. For the first time in history, the synthetic bead catalyst, created by the makers of Mobil Gas, is now being used in the refining of aviation gasoline. In Torrance, California, the fourth unit of our vast refining plant is now on stream. It's the first and only refining unit in the world now charged with the catalytic bead. This sensational advance in petroleum chemistry makes possible the production of new and better gasoline for our warplanes. Gasoline that's much more powerful than 100-octane fuel. We call this new super fuel flying horsepower. Its tremendous power ingredients enable our planes to take off quicker and carry heavier bomb loads than ever before. Today, the new synthetic bead catalyst that looks much like an iridescent pearl has just one single job: to improve the quality and increase the quantity of aviation fuel for war. But after victory, it will help to produce new and better gasoline for your car, because flying horsepower is coming in Mobil Gas at the sign of the Flying Red Horse.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Orson Welles. Tonight we're broadcasting from the Wrigley Building here in Chicago. We came down here to do a Bond show night before last. Martha O'Driscoll was on my plane. You know Martha O'Driscoll. She got blonde hair and green eyes and, best way to describe the rest of her. But Martha was on my plane when we started out from California. The Treasury Department assigned 2 Secret Service men to keep an eye on her. By the time we got to Albuquerque, they had 4 Secret Service men keeping an eye on the 2 Secret Service men. Well, I was sitting next to Martha. It was embarrassing the way the stewardess kept coming over to tell me to stop smoking. It wasn't her fault, though. How was she to know I didn't have a cigarette? Thank you, Mother. Jack Benny was sitting in front of me on the plane. Every time we came in for a landing, he handed me his wallet and said, "Orson, if anything happens, you owe this to Mary." I also do Ronald Coleman. "Orson, if anything happens, you owe this to Mary." I got off the plane in Chicago, and there were thousands of people, really thousands of people, waving, shouting, whistling. It's quite an impressive sight. But no matter what they did, they couldn't get a taxi. Chicago, as you know, is a convention city now. The Republicans are having their little get-together. Of course, the hotels are all crowded. Quite a few of the delegates are traveling with their relatives, though, this year. 1 or 2 had their wives with them. Some of them brought their mothers. Most of the delegates came with old granddad. Not me, though. I brought a lovely young lady, I mentioned her before, who couldn't fail to brighten up any convention, Martha O'Driscoll.
Thank you. Hello, Orson.
Hello, Martha. I haven't seen you since we arrived. Where have you been?
Well, I know the convention doesn't start until Monday, but I just couldn't resist hanging around Convention Hall.
Well, I can understand that, Martha. After all, you must have been a very little girl the last time you saw a Republican. Convention spirit's really in the air, though, isn't it, Martha?
What do you mean?
Well, you must have noticed all the way from California we had sunny weather, but the minute we got over Chicago, everything began to get a little dewy. I suppose you've noticed there are quite a few women delegates coming to the convention this year. What do you think of them, Martha?
Women delegates are fine, Orson, but when it comes to a really important issue, it takes a man delegate. Why, when he gets up there, he really sways the people. Why, he takes off his coat and his hat and he rolls up his sleeves.
I don't know. Gypsy Rose Lee could do the same thing. It'd be more enjoyable.
Then you're in favor of women delegates?
No, I'm in favor of Gypsy Rose Lee. But frankly, Martha, women delegates frighten me a little bit. They really do. They scare me.
Why?
Well, I don't know. I get a picture of a group of women delegates in one of those famous smoke-filled rooms, in a committee room. They're all seated about the large conference table in the hotel. They're all quietly discussing their candidate.
Girls, really now, we must get something done. We're here to pick a candidate for president. We've been here for 15 days, and we've had 95 ballots, and it's still Frank Sinatra.
Say, that reminds me, girls. There's a wonderful sale at Marshall Field today.
Gee, what have they got? Girls, we're picking a president, remember? Now, look, all we need is one more vote to put our candidate, Gutzum Googledorfer, across.
Yeah, we'll never get it.
You know those women. Wait a minute. There is a man delegate at this convention, isn't there? A man?
Yeah.
Say, Clarence crowed me from Wisconsin.
But he's been voting for Sinatra.
Margie, bring this Clarence right in, and the rest of you girls just leave me alone.
Oh, God, that's right.
Come in.
Hi, I'm Clarence. You said you wanted to see me?
Oh, yes. Come in. Won't you sit down?
No, I've got to go out and cast my ballot.
Oh, please sit down.
No,
Oh, that's better.
What's better?
You comfortable?
Yes, thank you. Not too heavy for you, am I?
Not at all. Have a cigar.
No, thanks. Don't smoke cigars. You can smoke one, though, if you want it. I love the smell of good cigar smoke.
Thanks, I will.
I really do.
Clarence.
Havana cigar. Yes.
Who are you voting for?
A good cigar. Well, my wife told me to vote for Frank Sinatra.
Oh, come, Clarence. Haven't you a mind of your own? Don't you wear the pants in your family?
Yes, but only because my wife is too chubby for slap. Only kidding, really. My wife would murder me if I didn't vote for Sinatra. Wife would murder me. She dreams about him all the time. All night long she keeps saying, Frankie, I love you. Frankie, I'm crazy about you. Oh, Frankie.
Doesn't that make you mad?
No, I'm too busy dreaming about Hedy Lamarr. It's all in the script, you know what I mean? It's the situation.
Well, now look, Clarence.
I get back in character.
Clarence.
Yes.
We're all getting behind Gutzum Googledorfer. You better
I beg your pardon?
I said we're all getting behind Gutzum Googledorfer. And you better hop on this bandwagon.
I beg your pardon? That's mean, isn't it?
Don't you want to vote for Gutzum Googledorfer? He's the people's choice.
I'm glad I don't have to say that.
Come on, vote for my candidate.
Does it say hop on the bandwagon here? Did you
yes,
say
it
that?
says hop on the bandwagon, and I said it.
All right, I will.
No, I'm afraid not.
All right, I'll ask somebody if they're going to vote for Gutzum Googledorfer.
I'll say, Clarence.
Yes?
Will you please vote for Gutzum Googledorfer?
You
better
won't
hop
stop.
on this bandwagon.
You'll prove it to me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, just open that door, you say, and ask anyone around, and I say, all right, I will. Excuse me, buddy, who are you voting for?
I am voting for Gutzum Googledorfer. Gutzum Googledorfer is an upstanding, honest, forthright, intelligent American citizen. And I'm proud to say that I am voting for Gutzum Googledorfer.
Thank you. And what's your name?
Gutzum Googledorfer.
You see? See? Now what do you say?
No, I better stick with Sinatra.
Do you really want Sinatra to get in?
No, it's my wife that wants him, but don't worry, Sinatra hasn't got a chance.
What makes you be so sure?
Well, I happen to know. When last seen, Sinatra was dropping a letter in an office building mail chute, and the downdraft sucked him in. A 1-cent stamp would take him anywhere.
Clarence.
Yes.
Googledorfer is the people's choice. You do want to vote for him, don't you? Don't you?
Please, you're mussing my hair.
It'd make me feel so happy if you'd vote for Googledorfer.
No, I don't want it.
Oh, you do want to make me happy, don't you, Clarence?
Lady, do you know what you're doing? If you don't, you better ask somebody.
Now, who are you going to vote for?
Sinatra, the people's choice. I'm going to vote for Sinatra.
Clarence.
I'm going to vote for the Sinatra. The voice of the people. I'm going to vote for Sinatra.
Clarence. Kiss me, Clarence.
I'm going to... Say, that Googledorfer had some good points, too, hasn't it?
Then you're going to see to it that Googledorfer gets the nomination tonight?
Yes, but I'm going to hate myself for this in the morning.
Your pardon?
What a pretty girl.
Which one of you is the announcer on this program?
I am.
Oh, no, you can't all be talking about mobile oil.
I'm the announcer, and believe me, everybody's talking about mobile oil. And now's the time to change to summer mobile oil, the right grade for warm weather driving.
Oh.
Do you realize every car needs special care these days? No one ought to drive through summer with the crankcase half full of worn, tired-out winter oil.
That can lead to breakdowns, big repair bills.
Yeah, that's right. So you give your car the world's best seller, mobile oil. You got a car?
Uh-huh.
Then mobile oil for you, for summer and forever. Fresh, clean mobile oil.
It's built to ward off wear and friction.
Huh? Oh, sure, you bet. It's built to keep the motor clean and running smoothly through the hot and dusty driving days ahead. I tell you what, you change right now to summer mobile oil.
Me?
You and everybody.
Drive in right away, folks, at the sign of the Flying Red Horse.
Hey, who are you? How come you know all this? And what's that you're reading?
Here, it's your commercial. I found it on the floor outside the studio.
Well, I'll be.
Gee, I think you're wonderful. Why, you don't even need a script.
Well, I'll be.
Well, I'll be getting summer mobile oil. I'm sold.
This is Orson Welles again. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, we're broadcasting from the great, big, beautiful city of Chicago, which tonight furnishes the background for our Mercury fable. The scene, a modest little apartment on the north side of Chicago. Victor Brill, a modest little businessman, is talking to his modest little wife, Martha. Put down that shade, dear. I don't want anybody to know we're home. Not that they'd stop in, anyway.
Oh, don't be so bitter, dear. You've been brooding for weeks now. Why don't you go out and bowl with the boys for a while?
I couldn't, Martha. I can't face them. No sense in pretending, Martha. They don't show it, but they know.
Well, what if they do know? You still got to look them straight in the eye. Now more than ever, our child needs it.
Oh, I understand that. I'm trying to be modern about it, but that doesn't lessen the shame. Think of it. Our Harvey is the only child in Chicago who has never been on the Quiz Kid.
That's all right, dear. I know how you feel.
We have a small group here in Chicago, everybody, but all good friends, and we're so glad you came. I thought I'd go right ahead.
Darling, I know how you feel. It's tough on both of us.
Well, it's not so bad for you, dear. You can hide in the house all day. I've got to go out among people. Their stares, their whispers. And it's the things they don't say that hurt most. Why, do you know I haven't been invited to the Elk Smoker for 5 weeks? Any day now we may hear a rap on the door and a voice say, "Brill, turn in your elk stew."
Don't you care, dear. It looks better on the elk than it does on you.
I've done everything I can. I can say that again. I try in every way to make up for Harvey's shortcomings. Whenever I'm with the boys, I'm the first one to buy a round of Alka-Seltzers. Then the conversation starts. Did you hear what my little Joe said on the Quiz Kid Sunday night? Did you hear what my little Frank said? My Ted, my Fred, my Henry? And it's my turn. What do I say? Have another Alka-Seltzer, boys.
Please, darling, you mustn't let this get you down. After all, Harvey's a healthy little boy.
Healthy, yes. The things he says, sometimes he frightens me.
I don't understand you, dear. I've always believed Harvey's conversation to be perfectly normal.
Normal? Darling, the boy is 9 years old, and he only speaks English. Discouraging. You walk up to a youngster on any street in Chicago and say, "Nice weather we're having," and he immediately replies, "Nice weather indubitably." The barometric pressure indicates a reading of 30.14 inches. With a mean precipitation of 69.428, tomorrow cumulus cloud strata, not untinged with cirrus.
That's very clever, dear. Very clever.
Sure, but you walk up to Harvey and say, nice weather we're having, he says it stinks. Discouraging.
But, darling, maybe you're expecting too much of Harvey. What do you want him to do? Grow up to be another Orson Welles?
If he does that, I'll drown him.
Oh, Victor, please.
Hello, Mom. Hello, Pop. Nice weather we're having, isn't it?
It stinks. Look, Harvey, I want to have a little talk with you.
That's right, boys. You have a nice little talk, and I'll go in and prepare supper.
Make a lot, Mom. I'm hungry.
Make a lot, Mom. I'm hungry. Is that all you ever think of, your stomach?
Pop, that's a plain case of the pot calling the kettle black. You eat like there's no tomorrow.
Harvey, let's face it, I'm disappointed in you.
Why, Dad?
Well, I'll show you why. What time is it, Harvey?
6:30.
I knew you'd say that. If I'd asked Joel Kupferman, he'd say 6:30 in Chicago, 7:30 in New York, 12:30 in London, 3:30 in Madrid, and 6:30 in Cairo.
Yeah, but by the time he gets through with that whole routine, it's 10 minutes later in Chicago. What good is information like that, Pop?
It's important. Suppose you flew to Lisbon. How'd you know the time there?
I asked a Lisbonian.
You'd ask a Lisbonian.
What would you do, Pop?
What would you do, Pop? I'd fly back to Chicago and ask Joel Kupferman. Harvey, I don't understand you. How do you ever expect to get promoted in school?
That's easy. An occasional apple for the teacher, a box of cigars for the principal. You know, a little greasing in the right places.
Harvey, don't you ever want to get on the Quiz Kids program?
Pop, I've got work to do. Excuse me.
Oh, don't mind me. Go right ahead. Phone, Harvey. I'll be going inside.
Hello, Joe. This is Harvey. 5 across the board on Knickerbocker in the 6th.
Victor, what are you doing in those knee pants?
Martha, I can't stand the shame any longer. This is a little like Hanley Stafford, I think I'm playing. Martha, I can't stand the shame any longer. I'm going to do something desperate.
Oh, you mean you're going to...
Yes. He picks up his cues better, Hanley does.
You mean you're going to...
Yes, hand me my lollipop and I'll be off.
Mom, didn't you hear me? I said, where's Pop?
Quiet, Harvey. I want to hear this program.
All right, children. And tonight we have a new member of the Quiz Kids who has never been with us before. Harvey?
My name is Harvey Brill. I'm 9 years old and I'm a student at the Betty Rowland High School.
That's Pop. He's using my name.
Quiet, Harvey.
Harvey is rather big for his age, folks, but we have an affidavit and a birth certificate proving he's only 9 years old.
Yes, I'm big for my age. I eat spinach and I eat spinach.
Harvey, since
spinach,
this is your first appearance with us, perhaps you'd like to tell us some of the things you're interested in.
I'm not fond of spinach, but I like books and flowers, and I'm crazy about moving pictures. Jane Eyre's my favorite.
And he's only 9 years old.
Jane Eyre.
All right, here's our first question. Mrs. Cranston of 218 North Pine Street wants to know
if
a horse can run a mile in 2 minutes and 16 seconds with a handicap of 20 pounds, how fast can he run 7 furlongs with a handicap of 24 pounds if the wind is 8 miles an hour against him on the backstretch and 4 miles an hour with him on the home stretch, provided the home stretch is half the length of the backstretch, which runs southeast?
Jane Eyre.
Harvey?
Well, let me see. How far can Mrs. Cranston...
No. How fast can a horse?
How How fast can a horse carry Mrs. Cranston, who weighs 24 pounds?
No,
that's it.
2 minutes, 13 and 3/10 seconds.
No coaching from the audience, please. Harvey, I'm afraid I'll have to give you the answer. It's 2 minutes, 13 and 3/10 seconds. All right, here's the next question. Let's see what you can do with this, Harvey. If a chicken and a half lays an egg and a half in a day and a half, how long would it take a monkey with a wooden leg to kick all the seeds out of a dill pickle?
Would you repeat that, please?
Well, this is a coincidence. This question was submitted by Harvey Brill.
Hey, Mom, they're using my question.
Quiet, Harvey.
Surely you must know the answer to it, Harvey.
I submitted it?
Well, you're Harvey Brill, aren't you?
I submitted it. Oh, stupid of me to let it slip my mind. Of course I did.
All right, Harvey.
Now, grown-up Ed Wynn.
What's the answer, Harvey?
Well, let's see. An egg and a half goes into a thicken and a half. No, it don't. It comes out. Oh, I got it. Don't tell me. An egg and a half divided by a wooden leg. If you move the decimal point over behind the chicken, the answer was it takes 2 hours and 10 minutes for the chicken to kick all the pickles out of the monkey.
Victor, you haven't touched a bite of food. You must eat something.
Sorry, dear. I'm just not hungry.
No barking a horse, Terry.
Harvey, I said we weren't going to discuss it.
I'm sorry, Harvey. What do you want me to say?
Very smart. You made me look like a jerk.
It wasn't all my fault, Harvey. Fine question you sent in that stuck me with you and you're kicking the pickles out of monkeys. Hello? Oh, I'll wait till I answer the phone for that one. Hello? E.F. Hutton and Company? E.F. Hutton and Company, brokerage, Harv. You want to speak to Mr. Brill?
That's for me, Pop. Hello? Speaking. I think you better sell it. What else you got? That sounds good. Buy 5,000 of that and hold it for a long pull.
Harvey, what was that all about?
Just picking up a couple of hot bucks.
Investments. And where did you get the money to invest?
I'll tell you, Pop. You know that bridge on Michigan Boulevard over the Chicago River? Well, I told the cop I was building him a little shack to keep him out of the sun.
Yes?
Well, when he ain't looking, I hang up a sign. Toll bridge 50 cents, and I'm mopping up.
Martha, I've been mistaken about Harvey. Son, you and I are going to do a little trip Monday.
Sorry, Pop, I can't make it Monday.
Well, why not?
I've got to make the nominating speech for Dewey at the Republican Convention.
Pride and no small measure of enthusiasm, the Mercury Theater brings you now, ladies and gentlemen, one of the great singers of our day, a song stylist of high and authentic style, a fine artist, an international favorite, Miss Ethel Waters.
Thank you, Mr. Wells, and thanks. Don't know why there's no sun up in the sky, stormy weather. Ain't together, keeps raining all the time, and life's so bare, with gloom and misery everywhere, stormy weather, just can't get my poor self together. Time, so weary all the time. When he went away, the blues walked in and met me. If he stays away, old rocking chair will get me. All I do is pray my Lord above will let me walk in the sun once more. Can't go on. All I had in life is gone. Stormy weather, since my man and I ain't together, keeps raining all the time, keeps raining all the time.
And now, if you please, ladies and gentlemen, from Shakespeare. Would With your kind indulgence, a speech from one of the classic melodramas of our literature. A soliloquy by Shakespeare's greatest villain, the misshapen evil genius Richard, Duke of Gloucester, and later King of England. Here's the plot. 3 claimants stood between the humpbacked monster and his ambition for the crown. Yet in those desperate days of civil war, blood and destruction were so in use that it was feasible for Richard to plot a way by trickery and murder over their corpses to the English throne. Edward will use women honorably. Would he were wasted, marrow, bones, and all, that from his loins no hopeful branch may spring to cross me from the golden time I look for. Yet, between my soul's desire and me, is Clarence, Henry, and his young son Edward, and all the unlooked-for issue of their bodies to take their rooms ere I can place myself. A cold premeditation for my purpose. Well, say there is no kingdom then for Richard. What other pleasure can the world afford? I'll make my heaven in a lady's lap and deck my body in gay ornaments and witch sweet ladies with my words and looks. Miserable thought, and more unlikely than to accomplish 20 golden crowns. Why, love forswore me in my mother's womb. For I should not deal in her soft laws, she did corrupt frail nature with some bribe, to shrink mine arm up like a withered shrub, to make an envious mountain on my back, where sits deformity to mark my body, to shape my legs of an unequal size, to disproportion me in every part, like to a chaos or an unlicked bare whelp that carries no impression like the dam. And am I then a man to be beloved? Monstrous fault to harbor such a thought. Then, since this earth affords no joy to me, but to command, to check, and to obey such as are of a better person than myself, I'll make my heaven to dream upon the crown, and whilst I live to account this world but hell, until my misshaped trunk that bears this head be round impaled with a glorious crown. And yet I know not how to get the crown, for many lives stand between me and home. And I, like one lost in a thorny wood, torment myself to catch the English crown. And from that torment, I will free myself, or hew my way out with a bloody axe. Why, I can smile and murder whilst I smile, and cry content to that which grieves my heart, and wet my cheeks with artificial tears, and frame my face to all occasions, and set the murderous Machiavel to school. Can I do this, and cannot get a crown? But were it further off, I'll pluck it down. To lend the makers of mobile gas and mobile oil and all of us to the Mercury Theater, remain as always obediently yours.
Martha O'Driscoll appears in the courtesy of Universal Pictures and is currently featured in Universal's Ghost Catchers. Ed Roberts speaking. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Good evening. This is Orson Welles. your producer of a special series of broadcasts presented by the makers of Pabst Blue Ribbon, the Mercury Summer Theater of the Air. Ladies and gentlemen, the element of suspense is so vital to our story tonight that our sponsors, the makers of Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer, are omitting their usual commercial message during the intermission between the acts so that our play will go uninterrupted from spooky start to spooky finish. Therefore, let's give Ken Roberts his 45-second opportunity right now to extol the merits of that blended, splendid... Ken?
Of that blended, splendid Pabst Blue Ribbon. Those two words tell the whole flavor story. You see, every single drop of Pabst Blue Ribbon is the happy result of blending, the full flavor blending of never less than 33 fine brews. That's right. Never less than 33 fine brews blend their individual taste tones to give you that splendid flavor. Not too light, not too heavy, but fresh, clean, sparkling, with the real beer taste coming through just the way you like it. Friends, these days, when your dealer is occasionally unable to supply you with all the Pabst Blue Ribbon you'd like, please keep on asking. For every single bottle you do get will live up to the same high standards of quality and taste. Yes, every bottle will be, as always, blended, splendid Pabst Blue Ribbon. And now, Mr. Wells.
We of the Mercury reckon that a story doesn't have to appeal to the heart, it can also appeal to the spine. Sometimes you want your heart to be warm, sometimes you want your spine to tingle. Well, the tingling, it's to be hoped, will be quite audible as you listen tonight to a classic among radio thrillers. Its author is one of the most gifted of all the writers who've ever worked for this medium, Lucille Fletcher, who wrote the greatest single radio script ever written, Sorry, Wrong Number. The title of this, her terrifying little tale of Gru for this evening, is another spine tingler by name The Hitchhiker. I am in an auto camp on Route 66, just west of Gallup, New Mexico. If I tell it, maybe it'll help me. It'll keep me from going crazy. But I must tell this quickly. I'm not crazy now. I feel perfectly well. Perfectly well. Except that I'm running a slight temperature. My name is Ronald Adams. I'm 36 years of age, unmarried, tall, dark, with a black mustache. I drive a 1940 Ford V8, license number 6V7989. I was born in Brooklyn. All this I know. I know that I'm at this moment perfectly sane. That it is not me who's gone mad, but something else. Something utterly beyond my control. But I must speak quickly. At any moment, the link with life may break. This may be the last thing I ever tell on Earth. The last night I ever see the stars. Six days ago, I left Brooklyn to drive to California.
Goodbye, son. Good luck to you, my boy.
Goodbye, Mother. Here, give me a kiss, and then I'll go.
I'll come out with you to the car.
Oh, it's raining. Stay here at the door.
Oh.
Hey, what's this, tears?
Oh, it's just the trip, Ronald. I wish you weren't driving.
Oh, Mother, there you go again. People do it every day.
I know, but you'll be careful, won't you? Promise me you'll be extra careful. Don't fall asleep or drive fast or pick up any strangers on the road.
Strangers? Don't you worry. There isn't anything going to happen. It's just 8 days of perfectly simple driving on smooth, decent, civilized roads with a hot dog or a hamburger stand every 10 miles. I was in excellent spirits. Drive ahead. Even the loneliness seemed like a lark. But I reckoned without him. Crossing Brooklyn Bridge that morning in the rain, I saw a man leaning against the cables. He seemed to be waiting for a lift. There were spots of fresh rain on his shoulders. He was carrying a cheap overnight bag in one hand. He was thin, nondescript, with a cap pulled down over his eyes. He stepped off the walk, and if I hadn't swerved, I'd have hit him. I almost did. Almost did hit him. Now, I would have forgotten him completely, except that just an hour later, while crossing the Pulaski Skyway over the Jersey Flats, I saw him again. At least he looked like the same person. He was standing now with one thumb pointing west. I couldn't figure out how he got there, but I thought maybe one of those fast trucks had picked him up, beat me to the Skyway, and let him off. I didn't stop for him. Then, late that night, I saw him again. It was on the new Pennsylvania Turnpike between Harrisburg and Pittsburgh. It's 265 miles long with a very high speed limit. I was just slowing down for one of the tunnels when I saw him standing under an arc light by the side of the road. I could see him quite distinctly. The bag, the cap, even the spots of fresh rain spattered over his shoulders. He hailed me this time. I stepped on the gas like a shot. That's lonely country through the Alleghenies, and I had no intention of stopping. Besides, the coincidences, or whatever it was, gave me the willies. I stopped at the next gas station.
Yes, sir.
Fill her up, will you?
Check your oil?
No, thanks.
Nice night, ain't it?
Yes. Yeah, it hasn't been raining here lately, has it?
Not a drop of rain all week.
Oh, no? I suppose that hasn't done your business any harm.
Well, people drive through here all kinds of weather. Mostly business, though. Ain't many pleasure cars out in the turnpike this season of the year.
I guess not. What about hitchhikers?
Hitchhikers here?
Why, what's the matter? Don't you ever see any?
A guy'd be a fool to start out to hitchhike on this road. Look at it.
Then you never see anybody?
No. Maybe they get a lift before the turnpike starts. I mean, you know, just before the toll house. But then it's a mighty long ride. Most cars wouldn't pick up a guy for that long a ride. This is pretty lonesome country here, mountains and woods.
Yeah.
Hey, you ain't seen nobody like that, have you?
Oh, no. It's just a technical question.
Oh, I see. Well, that'll be $1.49 with the tax.
The thing gradually passed from my mind as coincidence. I had a good night's sleep in Pittsburgh. I didn't think about the man all next day until just outside of Zanesville, Ohio, I saw him again. It was a bright, sunshiny afternoon. The peaceful Ohio fields, brown with the autumn stubble, lay dreaming in the golden light. I was driving slowly, drinking it in, when the road suddenly ended in a detour. In front of the barrier, he was standing. Let me explain about his appearance before I go on. I repeat, there was nothing sinister about him. He was as drab as a mud fence, nor was his attitude menacing. He merely stood there, waiting, almost drooping a little, the cheap overnight bag in his hand. He looked as though he'd been waiting there for hours. And he hailed me. He started to walk forward.
Hello! Hello!
I'd stopped the car, of course, for the detour. For a few minutes, I couldn't seem to find the new road. I realized he must be thinking that I'd stopped for him.
Hello!
No, I'm... Not just now. I'm sorry.
Going to California?
No, not today. The other way. I'm going to New York. Sorry. After I got the car back onto the road again, I felt like a fool. Yet the thought of picking him up, of having him sit beside me, was somehow unbearable. Yet at the same time, I felt more than ever unspeakably alone. Hour after hour went by. The fields, the towns ticked off one by one. The lights changed. I knew now that I was going to see him again. And though I dreaded the sight, I caught myself searching the side of the road, waiting for him to appear.
Yep. What is it? What you want?
You sell sandwiches and pop here, don't you?
Yep, we do. In the daytime. But they close up for the night.
I know, but I was wondering if you could possibly let me have a cup of coffee. Black coffee.
Not at this time of night, mister. My wife's a cooking. She's in bed.
Well, now, listen, just a minute ago, there was a man standing here, right beside here, and he was a suspicious-looking man.
Henry? Who is it, Henry?
It's nobody, Mother. Just a fella thinks he wants a cup of coffee. Go back into bed.
I don't mean to disturb you, but you see, I was driving along when I just happened to look, and there he was.
What was he doing?
Nothing.
You've been hitting a bottle. That's what's the matter with you. You got nothing better than do than wake decent folk out their hard-earned sleep. Now get going. Go on.
But he looked as though he was going to rob you.
I ain't got nothing in this stand to lose. Now on your way before I call out chair folks.
I got into the car again and drove on slowly. I was beginning to hate the car. If I could have found a place to stop to rest a little, but I was in the Ozark Mountains of Missouri now. Few resort places there were closed. I had seen him at that roadside stand. I knew I'd see him again. Maybe at the next turn of the road. I knew that when I saw him next, I'd run him down. But I didn't see him again until late the next afternoon. I'd stopped the car at a sleepy little junction just across the border into Oklahoma. Let a train pass by when he appeared. Across the tracks. He was leaning against a telephone pole. It was a perfectly airless, dry day. The red clay of Oklahoma was baking under the southwestern sun. Yet there were spots of fresh rain on his shoulders. I couldn't stand there. Without thinking blindly, I started the car across the tracks. He didn't even look up at me. He was staring at the ground. I stepped on the gas hard, veering the wheel sharply toward him. I could hear the train in the distance now, but I didn't care. Then, something went wrong with the car. It stalled right on the tracks. The train was coming closer. I could hear its bell. Her cry, its whistle crying. Still, he stood there. And now I knew that he was beckoning. Beckoning me to my death. Well, I frustrated him that time. The starter had worked at last. I managed to back up, but after the train had passed, he was gone. I was all alone in the hot, dry afternoon. After that, I knew I had to do something. I didn't know who this man was or what he wanted of me. I only knew that from now on, I mustn't let myself be alone on the road for 1 minute. Hello there. Hello. Like a ride?
What do you think? How far are you going?
Amarillo. I'll take you to Amarillo.
Amarillo, Texas?
Yeah, I'll drive you there.
Gee.
Hop here.
Mind if I take off my shoes? My dog's killing
No, go right ahead.
Oh, gee, what a break this is. Swell car and decent guy, driving all the way to Amarillo. All I've been getting so far is trucks.
You hitchhike much?
Sure. Only it's tough sometimes in these great open spaces to get the break.
Yeah, I think it would be, but I'll bet, though, If you got a good pickup and a fast car, you could get to places faster than, well, say another person in another car.
I don't get you.
Well, you take me, for instance. Suppose I'm driving across the country at a nice, steady clip of about 45 miles an hour. Couldn't a girl like you just standing beside the road, waiting for lifts, beat me to town after town, provided she got picked up every time in a car that was doing 65 or 70 miles an hour?
I don't know. Maybe she could, maybe she couldn't. What difference does it make?
Oh, no difference. It's just crazy idea I had sitting here in the car.
Oh, imagine spending your time in a swell car thinking of things like that.
What would you do instead?
What would I do if I was a good-looking fellow like yourself? Well, I'd just enjoy myself. Every minute of the time. I'd sit back and relax. If I saw a good-looking girl along the side of the road... Hey!
Did you see him, too?
See who?
That man standing beside the barbed wire fence.
I didn't see anybody.
Right there.
There wasn't nothing, just a barbed wire fence. What did you think he was doing, trying to run into that barbed wire fence?
There was a man there, I tell you. A thin, gray man with an overnight bag in his hand. I was trying to run him down.
Run him down? You mean kill him?
I'm trying to get rid of him. Or at least prove that he's real. But you say you didn't see him back there. You sure?
I didn't see a soul. As far as that's concerned...
Well, watch for him. Watch for him the next time. Then keep watching. Keep your eyes peeled on the road. He'll turn up again. Maybe any minute now. There! Look there!
How's this door work? I'm getting out of here.
Did you see him that time? Did you see him?
No, I didn't see him that time. And personally, mister, I don't expect never to see him. All I want to do is go on living. And I don't see how I will very long driving with you.
I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. Please, don't go.
So if you'll excuse me,
Please, you can't go. Listen, how'd you like to go to California? I'll drive you all the way to California.
Pink elephants all the way? No, thanks.
Listen, please, just 1 minute.
You know what I think you need, big boy? Not a girlfriend, just a good dose of sleep. There, I cut it now.
No, you can't go.
Leave your hands off of me, do you hear? Leave your hands
Come back here, please. Come back! She ran from me. As if I was some kind of monster. A few minutes later, I saw a passing truck pick her up. I knew then that I was utterly alone. I was in the heart of the great Texas prairies. There wasn't a car on the road after the truck went by. I tried to figure out what to do, how to get hold of myself. If I could find a place to rest, or even if I could sleep right here in the car. Just a few hours. Sleep. Just along the side of the road. I was getting my winter overcoat out of the back seat to use as a blanket. Just as a blanket. When I saw him coming toward me. Coming toward me. Emerging from the herd of moving steer. I didn't wait for him to come any closer. Maybe I should have spoken to him then. Fought it out then and there, for now he began to be everywhere. Whenever I stopped, even for a minute, for gas, for oil, for a drink, a pop, a cup of coffee, a sandwich, he was there. I saw him standing outside the auto camp in Amarillo that night when I dared to slow down. He was standing near the drinking fountain, a little camping spot just inside the border of New Mexico. He was waiting for me outside the Navajo reservation where I stopped to check my tires. I saw him in Albuquerque where I bought 10 gallons of gas. I was afraid now. Afraid to stop. I began to drive faster and faster. I was in lunar landscape now. The great arid mesa country of New Mexico. I drove through it with the indifference of a fly crawling over the face of the moon. And now he didn't even wait for me to stop, unless I drove at 85 miles an hour over those endless roads. He waited for me at every other mile. I'd see his figure, shadowless, flitting before me,
still in its same attitude, over the cold and lifeless ground, flitting over dried-up rivers, over broken stones cast up by old glacial upheavals, flitting in the pure and cloudless air. Myself when I finally reached Gallup, New Mexico this morning. There's an auto camp here. It's cold, almost deserted this time of year. I went inside and asked if there was a telephone. I had the feeling that if I could speak to somebody familiar, somebody that I loved, I could pull myself together.
Number, please.
Long distance.
Thank you. This is long distance.
I'd like to put in a call to my home to Brooklyn, New York. I'm Ronald Adams. The number is Beechwood 9970.
Thank you. Thank you. What is your number?
My number? It's 312.
Albuquerque. New York for Gallup. New York. Gallup, New Mexico, calling Beechwood 9970.
I'd read somewhere that love could banish demons. It was in the middle of the morning. I knew Mother'd be home. I pictured her tall, white-haired, in her crisp house dress going about her tasks. It would be enough, I thought, just to hear the even calmness of her voice.
Will you please deposit $3.85 for the first 3 minutes? When you have deposited $1.50, will you wait until I have collected the money? All right. Deposit another $1.50. Will you please deposit the remaining 85 cents? Ready with Brooklyn. Go ahead, please.
Hello?
Mrs. Adams' residence.
Hello? Hello, Mother?
This is Mrs. Adams' residence. Who is it you wish to speak to,
What?
please?
Who's this?
This is Mrs. Whitney.
Mrs. Whitney? I don't know any Mrs. Whitney. Is this Beechwood 9970?
Yes.
Where's my mother? Where's Mrs. Adams?
Mrs. Adams is not at home. She's still in the hospital.
The hospital?
Yes. Who is this calling, please? Is it a member of the family?
What's she in the hospital for?
She's been prostrated for 5 days. A nervous breakdown.
Nervous?
Who is this calling?
Nervous breakdown. My mother's never...
It's all taken place since the death of her oldest son, Ronald.
Since the death of her oldest son, Ronald. Hey, what is this? What number is this?
This is Beechwood 9970. It's all been very sudden. He was killed just 6 days ago in an automobile accident on the Brooklyn Bridge. Your 3 minutes are up, sir. Your 3 minutes are up, sir.
Your 3 minutes are up, sir. Sir, your 3 minutes are up. Your 3 minutes are up, sir.
And so, I'm sitting here in this deserted auto camp in Gallup, New Mexico. And so I'm trying to think. I'm trying to get a hold of myself. Otherwise I'll go crazy. Outside, it is night. The vast, soulless night of New Mexico. 1 million stars are in the sky. Ahead of me stretch 1,000 miles of empty mesa and mountains, prairies, desert. Somewhere among them, he is waiting for me. Somewhere I shall know who he is and who I am.
Orson Welles will be back in just a few seconds to tell you about next week's production of the Mercury Summer Theater. But first, the makers of Pabst Blue Ribbon wish to remind you that though you may not be able to get Pabst Blue Ribbon every time you want it in these days of grain restrictions, it is well worth your while to keep asking, for every bottle you do get will continue to live up to its name. And speaking of grain restrictions, not a single grain of wheat is being used in the brewing of beer and ale. And the grains that are being used by breweries are not the grains wanted for famine relief. Now, let me repeat. When you do get Pabst Blue Ribbon, you can be sure this truly great beer will be, as always, the happy blending of never less than 33 fine brews. As always, blended, splendid Pabst Blue Ribbon. Now, here is Orson Welles.
Well, next week, ladies and gentlemen, we bring to your radio another Mercury favorite. We hope a favorite of yours. You've asked for it many times. We've performed it many times. Jane Eyre. And Jane will be played by a Mercury actress who was heard tonight and has been heard so often on our shows. One of the most gifted people we know in our business, Miss Alice Frost. Jane Eyre, then, with Alice Frost and your obedient servant. That's the same time next week, same station. Please join us. Until then, speaking for my sponsors, the makers of Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer, for all of us on the Mercury Theater, including Bernard Herrmann, who wrote and conducted the music on this program, I remain, as always, obediently yours.
More than 1/2 of all our nation's workers make their living in the food industry or a related field. One of the largest groups in the food industry are the grocers. Next week in Chicago, the National Association of Retail Grocers, which represents more than 500,000 retailers, is holding its first post-war convention, at which problems of food distribution will be discussed and new ideas and methods will be worked out to better serve its customers. The makers of Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer salute the grocer, who is doing his very best under trying conditions to keep America well fed. This program came to you through the courtesy of the Pabst Brewing Company of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, makers of blended, splendid Pabst Blue Ribbon. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Welcome, one and all, to the sign of the Flying Red Horse. The makers of Mobile Gas and Mobile Oil bring you your radio almanac with Orson Welles. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Orson Welles. You've been listening to radio programs these many years, and yet in all that time, no one has bothered to explain to you listeners what a radio studio is like. Tonight, I shall fill that gap. The most important feature of a radio studio is a studio audience. A lot of programs give out tickets which listeners fight for, or to get in and see the shows. We don't do anything as uncouth as that. Our studio audience consists of a group of people who were strolling along Sunset Boulevard when they fell through a trapdoor. When all the seats are occupied, I make my entrance, and the audience gets into a frenzied state of whistling. They applaud, stamp their feet, and make sundry other noises, but no matter what they do, the doors are locked and they can't get out. So much for the studio audience. Now, many of you have seen a broadcast of written in action. Who are the people who live in the glass fish bowls? Now, ladies and gentlemen, those are not a fish, and those are not fish bowls. They are control booths, and the occupants are people who've been around radio comedy programs so long that their lungs just can't handle fresh air. So we have to keep them in those glass enclosed airtight chambers with specially constructed exhaust fans which take out the oxygen and bring in the air from last week's program. You'll notice there's one dentist in the control booth who tells the performers how they're coming across by using hand signals. If he holds his left ear, it means my performance is too fast. If he holds his right ear, it means my performance is too slow. If he holds his nose, it means just what you think it means. Yes, Miss Grimmett?
Francois, your masseur is here.
Oh, send him in, my masseur. Good enough.
Bonjour, Monsieur Welles.
Hello, Francois. Ready for the reducing treatment?
Oh, but yes. I've been making a study of your body, and I get a total of 424 muscles.
I got?
No, you need. Alors, we start the treatment.
That's just a joke, you know. Got a lot of muscles. Count my muscles. Go ahead, feel my muscles.
Got to find that.
Get back to the script. I'm the one that's supposed to be funny. Just because I don't get a laugh, you shouldn't try for one. Go back.
We will start the treatment now. Throw out your chest. There. Now pull in your stomach.
I can't.
Why not?
They both go together.
Oh, too bad you do not have the figure like one of my other clients, Monsieur Monty Woolley.
Monty Woolley, Francois, don't ever mention his name on this program. Whenever I get a job, he goes after it and tries to steal it away from me. That inflated, summertime Santa Claus. What's he got that I couldn't grow? Monty Woolley. Sounds like an ad for Snuggles. Ladies, when wintry winds blow, put on a pair of Monty Woolleys. That ought to take care of that character.
Pardon me. Is this the Goodwill Hour?
This is Orson Welles' office. I'm his secretary, Miss Grimmett. And whom shall I say is calling?
His mother.
Really, now, you don't want me to tell him that.
Why not? He had one, didn't he? Or was his father a magician, too? Now, run along, little girl, and tell him Monty Woolley is here.
Oh, you're Monty Woolley.
What do you think I was, a flying red horse? Thank you so much for recognizing me after hearing my name. I shall reward you for that by taking you out some evening.
Oh, Mr. Woolley, do you mean that?
Certainly. Bring your broom and we'll go for a ride. And now run along, Miss Gremlin.
Can this be Monty? Oh, Monty Woolley, am I glad to see you.
Can this be Orson Welles?
Well, yes, Monty. What do I look like?
Well, you look as if you just stepped out of a grave and couldn't find your way back in. What do you mean by telling people that my face is holding back television?
Well, I'll explain that later. I tell you what, Monty, let's be sensible. Would I say things like that about you?
Well, I don't know why not. I'd say them about you.
Well, now, Monty, believe me, from the very depths of my heart and with a sincerity that knows no bounds, I tell you that never have I uttered a solitary, deprecatory syllable concerning you.
Get away from me, you frustrated vitamin flintheart. I heard you on the air last week.
I'm taking your name.
I heard you last week on the air playing Hamlet.
Really? You heard me? How'd you like my performance of the melancholy Dane?
You played the Dane as though you were expecting a visit from a St. Bernard.
How can a man look so clean and laugh so dirty?
Anything you do after last week, Orson, anything, can be considered a comeback.
Monty, how can you say things like that to me when I am so fond of you?
Are you really?
Yes, I am. My whole family is. I have an aunt who looks at your picture and sighs for hours.
Really? Now, how long has she been doing this?
Ever since the Brillo shortage.
Just a minute, you moon-faced merchant of menace.
Mr. Wells.
Hold on, everybody. Hold on. What's the matter?
He's here.
He's come. He has arrived.
Who's come? What is my staff talking about?
The sponsor of your radio program.
Mr. Octane, the sponsor.
The sponsor, eh?
Is that a laugh, or are you auditioning for Inner Sanctum? Now, Monty, please, don't make any trouble, because we've got to be careful how we handle this sponsor, particularly with you here, Monty. You see, when we first went on the air, our sponsor, Mr. Octane, took an oath not to shave until I got my first laugh on this program. Now, remember, he's very sensitive about his beard. So, your being here isn't going to help any. Show him in, Miss Grimmett.
Here he is.
Oh, Mr. Octane. So happy you could come.
How do you do?
Mr. Octane, I'd like to meet our guest for the evening, Mr. Monty Woolley. Mr. Woolley, Mr. Octane, our sponsor.
Get the spinach on this guy.
Monty, please.
That's the first face I've ever seen with a built-in hayloft.
Monty, that's my sponsor, and he's very sensitive about the hook.
No, pardon me, fox in the bush. Have you got a cough drop on you? Very funny. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. He's a happy little monster, isn't he? Happy little monster. That's funny. May I have your name, sir? I wouldn't marry you if you were the last person on earth. Very funny. I'm very funny.
Here's your lunch, gentlemen.
Ah, lunch. What? Mayonnaise and no spoon? Oh, now sit down, Miss Octane, like a nice little sponsor. Oh, thank you.
What are you thanking him for?
For patting me on the cheek. I wasn't patting you on the cheek. I was wiping my hands on your whiskers. And what do you think you're doing? Wiping my hands on your whiskers. You wiped yours on mine, didn't you? Yes, but yours are darker. It doesn't show. Very funny. Mr. Wells, why can't you say things like that?
That does it. If you're so crazy about Mr. Woolley, you can have him, Mr. Octane. As for me, I'm leaving this program. When I go through this door, I'm not coming back. You hear me? I'm not coming back. Lucky for you, I heard your apology through the door.
Oh, Mr. Wells.
Yes, Mr. Octane.
When does the entertainment start?
The entertainment? Oh, yes, Mr. Octane. Here we go.
Friends, I want to talk to you about the new summer-proof service at your mobile gas dealer. Latest reports are no new cars till 2 years after peak. So take care of your auto. Here's fair warning. If you're careless, you'll be carless. Right now, what your car needs is a new lease on life. It needs sprucing up after long, hard months of winter driving. And your friendly mobile gas dealer is ready to put it in tip-top shape for summer. Ready with a complete summer-proof service. He'll change you over to the right grade of fresh, clean mobile oil. That'll work to guard your engine against rust and wear. He'll carefully check your transmission and differential and all the vital parts of your car that need lubrication. To complete this thorough summer-proof service, your radiator, battery, tires, spark plugs, air, and oil filters will be checked and thoroughly gone over. This expert service can add miles to the life of your aging car. It's a way to guard against repairs and breakdowns, a way to stretch more miles from racing gasoline. Don't drive into summer without summer proofing. Head for Pep Up Headquarters, your mobile gas dealers at the sign of the Flying Red Horse.
Encore! Encore! That was wonderful! Oh, he wasn't patting me on the cheek. He was wiping his hands on my whiskers. Oh, Mr. Woolley, you're a card. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard in years. I like you, Mr. Octane. I like you. You laugh at life, and I think it's mutual. That's priceless. Oh, Mr. Woolley, you ought to be on our radio program.
Oh, no, wait. Whoa, wait a minute. Mr. Octane.
Quiet, Wells. Just do your job.
Yes, sir. Do you want the light or dark polish on your shoes?
Light.
Yes, master.
Mr. Woolley, what would you think about doing some of your funny stuff on our program tonight?
Oh, Mr. Octane.
I've got it. We can do the life of Monty Woolley.
That's all. That's enough. Mr. Octane, I stood for enough around here. That tops everything. I will not, under any circumstances, for you or anybody else, do the life of Monty Woolley. That's final. Wild horses couldn't make me do it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The makers of Mobil Oil and Mobil Gas bring you the life of Monty Woolley. This is your new announcer, Orson Welles. Monty Woolley was born in Gloucester, Massachusetts on February 14th, 1672. Let us turn back the pages of history to that momentous moment when the doctor stepped into the corridor.
Doctor, what's the news?
Congratulations, Mr. Woolley. You're the father of an 8-pound beard. At the age of 3 months, through an era, the infant Monty was left on somebody's doorstep.
My goodness, what's this in this basket? Oh, you cute little thing. I'm so happy someone left you. You're just what I've always wanted. Now I'll take you inside and give you a bath.
3 months later, when the kindly old lady discovered he wasn't a Cocker Spaniel, she threw him out. As a child, young Woolley was not considered overly bright, and many cruel jests were played upon him. The dogs in the neighborhood often tied cans to Monty. In his first year at school, he stood at the corner so often that he grew up with a triangular forehead. However, by careful diet, different than most people's heads. However, by careful diet, his parents were able to develop a child who was neither listless nor sluggish.
Mobil Gas lubrication does it every time.
Everybody wants to get into the act. That's an imitation. So after this, Woolley became very popular at school, and because of the paper shortage, won the Good Housekeeping Award for turning out a plastic spitball with jet propulsion.
Orson.
Yes, Monty?
Why don't we do the life of Orson Welles, and I'll get all the laughs?
Wait, Monty. Now, wait. Your big scene comes now. Years pass. And now Monty Woolley has grown to manhood, which was the only place he could have grown to. Monty was 21, and it was spring. Spring, when the leaves turn green, the birds turn north, the weather turns warm, and John turns to his other wife. Yes, love came to Monty Woolley. Little Aggie, his childhood sweetheart. Remember her? Now grown to glorious womanhood.
Glorious, she did.
Ah, poor Aggie. Poor Aggie. She was always torn between two loves, her love for Monty Woolley and Monty Woolley's love for Monty Woolley. Can you picture them now alone together in the moonlight?
Oh, Monty, we shouldn't be doing this. Our elders frown on sitting on the lap of one's beloved.
What's the matter? Am I too heavy for you?
Oh, no, dear. You know how much I love you. You're so big and strong. I'm crazy about your bulging biceps.
Thanks. I like yours, too.
I'll never forget the day we met. I was a silly little girl with pigtails and buck teeth. Remember? We were sitting in the park and you carved a heart in the tree.
Yes, and you gnawed an arrow through it.
It was your beard that first attracted me.
Well, I can understand that. Mine is the only beard in existence that contains vitamin D. No other beard can make this statement.
Oh, Monty, darling, will you marry me?
Yes, dear.
You've made me the happiest woman in the world.
We'll go on a marvelous honeymoon.
And then?
We'll settle down and raise a lot of little goatees.
It was at this point in his career that Monty Woolley became a professor at Yale University. Monty was very popular at Yale. He was the only professor who paid track odds. Then came, these people are too young to remember when there was race, Big Barney. You and I can remember it, though. All too well. Then came his big chance. This is Monty's big chance, everybody, not mine. Monty's big chance to play the mean, despicable, vicious old character in The Man Who Came to Dinner. Remember him in that? Remember that? Oh, I'm wrong. There are quite a lot of old folks in the audience. Finally, on April 12th, 1944, appearing on the Orson Welles program, Monty Woolley was destined to give his greatest performance. Monty, seriously, I want you to play your greatest role.
My Orson, I'd love to.
Now, would you love? We'd love to hear you.
Yes. You mean right here?
Yeah, we would love to have you do it.
I'd love
We'd love to.
No, really, I would love to.
We'd love to, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Monty Woolley in The Man Who Came to Dinner, as the scene opens, is walking up the front steps. He knocks on the front door. He walks up the front steps again. He knocks on the front door. He knocks again. He knocks again. Thank you, Monty Woolley.
Now, wait a minute. What about the man who came to dinner?
Is it my fault there was nobody home?
I hope this rhyme catches you in time. We surveyed the situation. Boy, the autos that we checked. And that showed us one good reason why so many cars are wrecked. Yes, friends, we made a survey. Checked 10,000 cars, and what we found was this. 6 out of every 10 of those cars required fresh oil. Now, you know what happens when you neglect regular oil changes. Your car's in line for big repair bills, even a serious breakdown. Today, protect the life of your car with regular changes of fresh, clean Mobil oil. Now, this famous oil is built especially to stand up under wartime driving. It works to keep your engine free of rust and sludge formation, to give it resistance against friction and wear. Mobil oil for you, my friend. Why fool around?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been our custom to end these programs with a serious reading. Tonight we bring you a few words from the Bible, from the letters of Paul to the Corinthians, to the Hebrews. We're sure no one will find this a sacrilege. It's in the great Christian tradition for clowns and jugglers and the likes of us to entertain on the cathedral steps, sometimes even before the altar itself. I cannot think that laughter is incompatible with the love of God. I cannot think that the words I'm going to read you now are ever out of place anywhere in the world of men. I, brethren, when I came to you, came not with excellency of speech or of wisdom, declaring unto you the testimony of God. I was with you in weakness and in fear, and in much trembling, and my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and of the power, that your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of God. We speak the wisdom of God in a mystery, even the hidden wisdom which God ordained before the world unto our glory, which none of the princes of this world know. For had they known it, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. But as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which God hath prepared for them that love him. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? Brethren, I delivered unto you first of all
that which I also received, how that Christ died for our sins according to the Scriptures, and that he was buried, and that he rose again the third day, according to the Scriptures. But some man will say, how are the dead raised up? And with what body do they come? Thou fool, that which thou sowest, that is not quickened except to die. Thou sowest not that body that shall be, but bare grain. It may chance of wheat or some other grain. But God giveth it a body, as it hath pleased him, and to every seed his own body. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, the last trump. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall all be changed. Watch ye. Stand fast. Quit you like men. Be strong. Let all your things be done with charity. For though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am become a sounding brass, or a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy, and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains, and have not charity, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing. Charity suffereth long, and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up, doth not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil, rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth, heareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. Charity never faileth, but whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. For now we see through a glass, darkly. But then, face to face. Now I know in part, but then I shall know, even as also I am known. And now abideth faith, hope, charity, these three. But the greatest of these is charity. Now the God of peace that brought again from the dead our Lord Jesus, that great shepherd of the sheep, through the blood of the everlasting covenant, make you perfect in every good work to do his will, working in you that which is well-pleasing in his sight, through Jesus Christ, to whom be glory forever and ever. Amen.
Makers of Mobile Gas and Mobile Oil invite you to listen in next week, same time, same station, to your Radio Almanac. Mr. Wells' guests are George Jessel and Aurora Miranda.
Molly Woolley is currently working in the 20th Century Fox Technicolor production When Irish Eyes Are Smiling. The part of the sponsor was played by Billy Gilbert. John McIntyre speaking. CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
This is Orson Welles just saying hello before the show starts. There's a full moon tonight. February 11th is the anniversary of the day Thomas Alva Edison was born. He invented the incandescent lamp, only to discover years later that Spencer Tracy had beat him to it. Welcome to your Radio Almanac, ladies and gentlemen.
At the sign of the Flying Red Horse. Tonight and every night at the same time, over these same stations, the makers of Mobile Gas and Mobile Oil bring you Orson Welles. Jack Mather speaking. Our guest tonight comes to us with the courtesy of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, producer of the great hit Madame Curie. Ladies and gentlemen, Ann Southern.
Hello, Ann.
Hello, Orson. You know, I don't mind telling you I'm scared stiff.
I'm scared stiff? Why?
Well, aren't you going to saw me in half?
Oh, no, the OPA put a stop to that. They said I was wasting too many women. I'm not just a magician, Ann. I'm a romantic lover.
Oh?
You know, of course, I don't believe it, but they do say that compared to me, Sinatra is just a Boy Scout.
He may be a Boy Scout, but a lot of Girl Scouts belong to his troop.
Well, don't get me wrong, Ann. I'm not envious. As a matter of fact, in my next Mercury Theater production, I've been thinking of doing Romeo and Juliet with Frank Sinatra as Romeo.
Really?
Yes. Can't you just hear him singing on the balcony as Juliet climbs up to him?
Orson, I don't want to criticize an old Shakespearean authority like you, but Juliet stands on the balcony and Romeo climbs up to her.
I know, but Sinatra would never make it. Now, look, Ann, we're doing a scene later, and you'll find out how romantic I am.
Well, if we're going to do a scene together, I'd better give you a couple of pointers.
Pointers?
Yes, now let me show you. Now, put your arms around me.
My arms around you like this?
Uh-huh. Now, say something romantic.
Oh, my darling. What's funny about that? Oh, my darling. I love you with an equatorial passion. You ought to see me in Jane Eyre. I love you with an equatorial passion that no thermometer can register. Oh, my darling, pardon me, Ann. Hello? Oh, hello, dear. What? We're only acting. Of course I don't mean it. Honestly, she was only teaching me something. Oh, I know you can. But but... You know I do. I said you know. I said you know I do. I can't say it now. There are people listening. I say there are people listening. Oh, please don't be angry. I'll call you later. Goodbye.
Who was that?
My laundryman.
Oh, yes, you've got to be awfully nice to them these days. Now, let's go on. You were saying...
Ah, yes. Darling, oh, yes.
You were saying...
Thank you for giving it to me again. I'll try it once more. Darling, I've endeavored to conceal a passion whose in it... You should see me in Jane Eyre. I don't do this. I've endeavored to conceal a passion whose inner fires are broiling the very soul within me. I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Oh, it says in the script that you will.
Hello? Oh, it's okay. I'll tell him. Orson, your laundryman says he's going home to his mother.
She's always kidding that way.
I'll bet. Now, come on, Orson. Make like Sinatra. Kiss me.
All right, I will.
Orson, who is this character?
This is Mr. P. Bristle, the censor.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wells, but you can't kiss Ann Southern like that.
Why? You know a better way?
He's not allowed to kiss anybody that close to a microphone.
Why not?
Well, the voice is too romantic.
Mr. Prebristle, what...
Prebristle.
Prebristle. Whatever gave you the idea that his voice is romantic?
Well, now, just read this letter.
Dear sir, whenever Orson Welles speaks, I get goose pimples, signed Bella.
Bella, what's the address?
602 Beverly Drive.
Just as I thought. Bella Lugosi.
Well, I have additional proof. Let me show you. Would you three young ladies please step up on the stage? That's right this way. All right, Mr. Wells. Say something romantic.
You mean, like this? Darling, I love you.
Orson, pick 'em up.
Are they kidding? You girls don't really think I'm romantic, do you?
Wait, he's another Mickey Rooney.
Look, girls, it's ridiculous anyone feeling this way about me.
You send us, Weldy. He's a killer. Solid, Jack.
You see, I wasn't lying. Now, go on. Say something romantic.
Say something romantic, like I adore you.
Wellsy, pick us up.
I can't understand it.
That's because you're a man.
Thanks.
How would you feel if you heard Hedy Lamarr say, I love you?
Anne, pick me up.
Oh, girls, can I join the club, too?
Just sing the theme song with us here.
When we heard Frank Sinatra, we all gave out with yells.
Gave out with yells.
But we're through with Sinatra. Now we swoon for Orson Welles.
For Orson Welles.
Our lives were all so useless, like boats without the oars.
Without the oars.
But now our life's worth living
when he says obediently yours.
Shoo, baby. Shoo, 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 baby. Bye, 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 baby. Papa's off to the 7 seas. Don't cry, baby. Don't sigh, baby. Bye, 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 baby. When I get back, we'll live the life of these. Seems kind of tough now to say goodbye this way. Papa's gonna get rough now so that he can be sweet to you another day. Don't cry, pretty baby, don't you sigh, my little baby. Shoo, 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 baby. Papa's off to the 7 seas. Cry, baby. Don't sigh, baby. Bye, 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 baby. Papa's off to the 7 seas.
That was Johnny Horace taking the vocal, everybody. Did you like him? Tell me, folks, did you know this? Gasoline for cars is made by blending light and heavy elements. The heavy are for mileage, the light for snappy starts and rapid getaway. Today, some of these lighter, quick-starting elements have gone into gasoline for tanks and planes and ships. And I know that's okay by you. Fortunately, mileage is what matters most these days. And 1944 Mobil Gas will give you all the mileage that you got from peacetime Mobil Gas. We're proud to say that. What's more, Mobil Gas can help you get better all-round wartime driving if you'll just follow these simple tips. First, warm up a shivering motor for 30 seconds. That does away with stalling. Second, don't tramp on your accelerator. step down gently. This will save you gasoline. Third, keep your battery in good shape to turn your engine over quickly. And when you start up, start with Mobile Gas. It's packed with every wartime mile it's possible to give you. Folks, you'll get your coupons worth when you drive in at the sign of the Flying Red Horse and get trustworthy, mile-worthy Mobile Gas. We bring you now a story of a boy and a girl. The boy, Joe, is employed as a welder at Pacific Shipyards. The girl, Betty,
is played by Ann Sothern.
Is employed as a welder at the same shipyard. As was to be expected, Joe and Betty met, and after a whirlwind courtship, they were married. We find them now on the threshold of the little bungalow Joe has rented.
There it is, baby.
Oh, it's beautiful, Joe.
Well, up the daisy. Here you go.
Well, don't drop me. It's bad luck.
Well, this is the living room.
Mm-hmm.
There's the dinette.
Oh.
And the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
And the bathroom. And there's another room in through there.
I hope it's got a nice gas range. I just love to cook.
Yeah.
Well, here we are.
Yeah. Nice in here, isn't it? Who is this Arthur Lake?
Yes, it is nice.
Still love me?
Well, do you still love me?
You know I do.
Well, here we are.
Yes, we certainly are. Nice of them to give you the afternoon off so we could get married.
Yes, if they hadn't, we couldn't have.
Couldn't have what?
Got married.
That's true.
Well, here we are.
Yeah.
You can put me down now, dear.
Oh, sure. I wonder what time it is.
Oh, it's early, about 8 o'clock.
Will you excuse me, dear?
Yes, certainly.
I'll be back in a minute, as soon as I unpack my bag.
Well, I'll unpack mine, too. I think I'll wear this blue one. Oh, darling.
Yes?
Will you knock before you come in?
In a minute. It's me.
Andre.
Blue, my favorite color.
Joe, what kind of pajamas are those?
Those aren't pajamas, they're overalls.
Overalls?
Yes, didn't I tell you? I'm on the night shift. See you in the morning, hon.
Oh, yes. Joe forgot to mention he's on the night shift, and Betty's on the day shift. They see each other 15 minutes a day. So let's take an average evening. Betty is just coming in the front door.
Darling. Oh, darn that Ovaltine. I haven't got the heart to wake him up. Of course, if I dropped my lunchbox, he'd wake up by himself. Oh, no, it'd be mean just to drop a lunchbox. And yet, if it was on the edge of this table and I was looking for something else and accidentally pushed it with my elbow.
Okay, boys, launch her.
Darling, I didn't expect to find you up.
Oh, turn the light out, will you, dear? I'm tired.
Oh, but this is practically our honeymoon. Can't you be romantic even for a little while?
Romantic, darling. I love you with an equatorial fashion. The no thermometer can register. Now leave me alone. I'm sleepy.
I never should have married you. People told me you were no good.
What people?
Hedda Hopper.
Let me sleep.
Oh, you're a beast. That's what you are. You only think of your own comfort.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
Here I've been welding for 8 hours, and I want a little home life.
Oh, now, baby, don't cry. Darling, you mustn't cry. Honey, please don't cry. You know I love you. Oh, shut up.
I'm going home to Mother.
Oh, now, wait, honey. I didn't mean it. I lost my temper.
Then say it.
Say it. Oh, I don't want to say it, dear. It's silly.
No, say it. Say what you promised to say every time you lost your temper.
I'm sorry I lost my temper, and if I ever lose it again, I hope Shorty drops a hot rivet in my back pocket and... Oh, this is silly.
Go on, finish it.
Oh, hot rivet in my back pocket, and if I ever say a harsh word to you again, I hope all my teeth fall out except one, and that one I hope I have a toothache. There, I said it.
Oh, Joe. Joe kiss me.
You bet I will. Hey, what time is it?
Oh, Joe, it's only 8 o'clock. Kiss me.
I've got 5 minutes to dress and 1 minute for coffee. That leaves me 15 seconds. Here. How's that?
Same old trouble. Too little and too late.
2 weeks pass. It is morning. Joe is just returning from work.
Honey! Up, 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 up!
Mm-hmm.
Honey, the sun is shining. The birds are singing.
Tell them to shut up.
Well, I must say, this is a nice greeting.
Mm-hmm.
People work hard all day, and when they come home, they deserve a little relaxation.
I'm relaxing, dear.
Relaxing? You're sleeping.
No, I'm not. I'm wide awake.
You've got your eyes closed.
No, they're open, dear. I've just got the lids over them.
What kind of a home life is this? I thought marriage meant love and companionship and...
I know just how you feel, dear, but now I'm sleepy.
Well, go ahead and sleep. If that's your idea of a happily married life, go ahead, sleep.
Ouch! You struck me, and while my back was turned.
Well, it didn't hurt you that much. You're well insulated. Well, you started it. You were sleeping when I came in.
But you're always sleeping when I come in.
Yeah, but you overdo it. You look contented when you sleep.
Well, I can't help the way I look when I sleep. I don't get up to look at myself to see how I look when I sleep.
This is no way to live. You working in the day and me working at night. How we're ever going to bring up a family, assuming by some miracle we were to have one. Kids never see you all day, and at night they'd be asleep. I don't want them to call me Mama.
Well, what about me? I've got a husband I see 15 minutes a day. Well, I know the milkman better.
Oh, you do? Well, let me tell you something.
Now, you listen to me.
I put up with a lot. I don't mind your talking to me.
About the sound sleeping and seeing me like you.
Case 24850, Mrs. W.
Go ahead, please.
Mr. Anthony. Mr. Anthony, I've been married for 3 months now. My husband is...
Don't mention any names, please.
My husband works in the night shift and I work on the day shift, and the only time that...
Young lady, you must find more time to spend with your husband.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Then my advice to you is to go home. Go home to your husband.
But my husband isn't home now. You see, he works...
Just where is your husband, Mrs. W?
He's working. He works on the night shift.
I see. How long has your husband been telling you he works on the night shift?
Since the day we got married. We didn't even have a honeymoon.
Oh. Then my advice to you is to go home. Go home to your husband. Speak to him.
But that's impossible, Mr. Anthony. We only see each other a few minutes a day. You see, he works on the night shift, and
Then my advice to you is to go home. Go home to your husband.
Hello, Mother. I was just going to call you. I've got the most wonderful news. I finally got them to change me to the night shift. Oh, there's Joe, Mother. I'll call you back.
Honey.
Joe, I've got the most wonderful news.
Betty, I've only got a minute. Gotta get right back to the yard. Darling, I've been changed to the day shift. You know, a lot of Lionel Barrymore's admirers don't know that he's a composer of music. And he wrote us something special for this program. He really did, no? It's not even supposed to be funny. And according to last week's promise, here it is. We think very highly of it. Carnival by Lionel Barrymore, Maestro Lud Gluskin. Very, very fine, Lud. You know, I think Mr. Barrymore really has a future, don't you? I'm sure Lionel Barrymore listening in. Hello? Oh, I'm glad you liked it, Lionel. Oh, you couldn't have liked it that much. Oh, the trumpet. The third trumpet player. I'll tell him. Goodbye. Lud, Lionel says your third trumpet player was only using one lip.
Friends, we're driving to a different tune today. We don't go far. We can't go fast. And lots of the time, our cars are idle. Consequently, it's much harder for the battery to hold its strength. In fact, a brand new battery loses half its charge in just 1 month of idleness. Now, don't let your battery run down. You know the well-known moan of the motorist, "Darn car is stuck, my battery's dead." Well, that won't happen if you'll pay a visit to a certain fellow first, your friendly mobile gas dealer. Let him double-check your battery and cables. Ask him to recharge that battery. Yep, your mobile gas dealer is your man. Have him check connections and the terminals to make certain they're not frayed or rusted. Top-notch battery service. That's what you'll get. To save yourself cuss words and start your car at all times pronto, drive in soon. Tomorrow, at the sign of the Flying Red Horse.
Clothes, furniture, books, the household goods were packed in boxes and trunks. Family had taken rooms in the Chenery house. The old cottage home was gone, leased. The horse, buggy, and cow were sold off. At the hotel, he'd roped his trunks himself and had written, A. Lincoln, the White House, Washington, D.C., on cards he fastened on the trunks. He was going to the biggest home in the country, the hardest house in the country to live in. The Atlantic seaboard was the front yard, the Rocky Mountains and the Pacific slope, the colossal backyard. His body, the feet and mouth of him, would be in the White House eating 3 meals a day and taking a bath every so often. But the heart and mind of him would have to be far away, roaming the immense front yard and backyard, where there were boys fighting, girls scratching each other's faces, children sticking their tongues out, calling nasty names at each other. He was to be the father. The Red Indians would actually call him the Great Father. Negroes would call him Master. And punctilious white men would use the address, Your Excellency. He would be the supreme counselor of the American people. Good God, what a job. Abraham Lincoln was born on February 12th, the day before his 52nd birthday. He left his home in Illinois for Washington. A cold drizzle of rain was falling. Lincoln and his party were to leave Springfield on the 8 o'clock at the Great Western Railway Station. Chilly gray mist hung on the circle of the prairie horizon. One by one came hundreds of old friends shaking hands, wishing him luck and good speed. All faces solemn. On the platform of the car, he turned and saw his home people. Then he said slowly, amid the soft gray drizzle from the sky, "Friends, no one who's never been placed in a like position can understand my feelings at this hour, nor the oppressive sadness I feel at this parting. For more than a quarter of a century, I've lived among you, and during all that time, I've received nothing but kindness at your hands. Here I've lived from my youth till now I'm an old man. Here the most sacred trusts of earth were assumed. Here all my children were born. Here one of them lies buried. To you, dear friends, I owe all that I have, all that I am. All the strange checkered past seems to crowd now upon my mind. Today I leave you. I go to assume a task more difficult than that which devolved upon General Washington. Unless the great God who assisted him shall be with me and aid me, I must fail. But if the same omniscient mind and the same almighty arm that directed and protected him shall guide and support me, I shall not fail. I shall succeed. Let us all pray that God of our fathers
may not forsake us now. With these few words, I must leave you. For how long, I know not. Friends, one and all, I must now bid you an affectionate farewell. Bells rang, there was a grinding of wheels, and the train moved and carried Lincoln away from Springfield. The tears were not yet dry on some faces, and the train had faded into the gray to the east. Some of the crowd said afterwards that Lincoln, too, was in tears. But tears ran down his face as he spoke that morning. And one of the crowd said there were no tears on Lincoln's face. He had a face with dry tears, said this one. He was a man who often had dry tears.
Of Mobile Gas and Mobile Oil invite you to join us next week, same time, same station. Dr. Wells' special guest is Robert Benchley. Right, Dr. Wells?
Right, Mr. Mather. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, all of us in the Mercury Theater remain, as always, obediently yours.
Wells read from Carl Sandburg's Prairie Years, published by Harcourt Brace. Jack Mather speaking. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Good evening. This is your radio almanac for February 23rd. This is Ash Wednesday, and yesterday, of course, was Shrove Tuesday, or Mardi Gras, sometimes called Pancake Tuesday, or Fat Tuesday. This is Orson Welles, sometimes called Fat Orson. Just saying hello before the show starts. There was a new moon about 7 o'clock tonight. What says our household hints department?
The taste of fish may be removed from pots and pans by rubbing with lemon rind. The taste of lemon rind may be removed from pots and pans by rubbing with fish.
Thank you, Prudence Pratt. Professor Frugalizer?
Scientific information. Dew does not fall on the grass. It doesn't fall anyplace. Dew form.
Pardon?
Dew form.
Weather report. Here in California, it's been forming cats and dogs. Dr. Snake Oil?
Hot mustard poultices applied frequent will prevent a cold in the chest from getting up into the head. Now, to prevent a cold in the head from getting down to the chest, tie a knot in your neck.
We bid you welcome one and all to the sign of the Flying Red Horse.
Tonight and every week at the same time over the same stations, the makers of Mobile Gas and Mobile Oil bring you Orson Welles. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to show you what took place a little earlier this evening at the stage door of the CBS Broadcasting Studio. A group of young ladies in bobby socks are gathered in the entranceway.
All right, girls, break it up. Move along now.
Please. We're allowed to stand here. Orsie lets us.
Orsie?
Yeah, Orsie. Orson Welles. We're his fans. This is the Orson Welles Phone Club.
Okay, just make a little less noise.
He's a meanie. When do you think Wellesy will be coming along? His program's on the air any minute. Aggie, what are you doing over there by Orson's car? I'm patting his fender. Gee, Orsie's got the most beautiful fenders in Beverly Hills. Here he comes now. It's Wellesy.
Well, if it isn't the Orson Welles Swoon Club.
Yahoo!
My dear fans, I bid you welcome. Well, girls, what's the membership? What's the membership of the Orson Welles Swoon Club this week?
We lost 2 members.
What? You mean we're back to 3 again? Who'd we lose them to?
Bela Lugosi.
I see. Well, look here. I'll tell you what. As an added incentive, to the girl who brings in the most new members, I shall give a prize.
Oh, a prize?
Yes.
What a goodie. Oh, what kind of a prize? Will it be?
Well, I'll leave it to you, girls. What do you think would make a nice prize?
2 tickets to the Sinatra program.
Aggie, this is treason.
I didn't mean it, Welty. It just slipped out.
I knew I could count on you, Aggie. I shall favor you with a pat on the back. All the same, Aggie, you ought to be punished. On your way home, I'm going to ask you to write 5 times on every building you pass, Orson Welles, I love you. And don't sign my name to it. Well, girls, there's only a few of you, but I'm sure you're happier shrieking over me than you ever were shrieking for Sinatra, aren't you?
Yeah, but Frankie, don't twist our arms.
Aggie?
Orson's cute, isn't he? Isn't he? Huh? Yeah.
That's right, Aggie. I guess all of you girls have seen that wonderful picture, haven't you? That wonderful picture that's playing now, the one with Joan Fontaine in it?
Oh, yes, well, dozens of times. Dozens? What picture is that?
Come, Aggie.
I just can't remember the name.
Oh, try. Force yourself.
Let's see. Joan Fontaine and, hey, was the fellow who played opposite her Solid Murder?
He was terrific. You remember the name now, don't you?
Why, sure. Charles Boyer and the Constant Nymph.
Aggie.
It just slipped out. Well, goodbye, Wilson.
Hey, girls. My show goes on in a minute. Aren't you coming in to hear the program?
We're going to the Palladium.
Aggie.
To watch the dancers, please. You know, Wellesley. Those red cutters and shaggers and Lindy Hoppers. I get a big kick out of a hopper.
I get a big kick out of a hopper. Head a hopper.
Gee, I know. In her column, she said your program didn't get any laughs.
Yeah, maybe I ought to wear one of her hats.
Isn't he cute? Isn't he? Huh? Yeah.
Thanks, Aggie. Thanks.
Mr. Wells.
I know, Sonny. I'm due on the air. Goodbye, girls.
This is important, Mr. Wells. There was a mistake in the Einstein theory.
Well, girls, I'd like you to meet a member of our research staff.
He's just a kid.
Well, he's only 9 years old, but he works on our program. This is little Noel Bupperman.
How do you do, young ladies? Did you know that Einstein claims the proportion of variation in cosmic displacement can be ascertained by the formula n7 plus 2Tn divided by infinity cubed times Ls MFT?
Really?
Did he get any on him, huh?
Now, look, Noah, let's leave Einstein alone. What if he did make a little mistake? Who knows it but you and me?
But this is not a little mistake.
Oh, come on, Wellsy. Forget your old program.
Mr. Wells, this is crucial. I've got something to ask you.
So have I, Wellsy. What are you doing tonight, huh? Yeah, come on to the Palladium. Yeah. We're tossing a brawl, Esther. I don't know about these other chicks, but with me there won't be any infinity cubes. There'll be hamburgers, root beer, and necking.
Necking?
Necking is a colloquialism.
I know.
A colloquialism employed to describe many of the cornier aspects of lovemaking. It covers such tendernesses as kissing, caressing, and other forms of endearment of mutual entertainment value to both participants. Isn't that so, young lady?
Yeah. What are you doing tonight, huh?
Thank you for the invitation, but I'm past those carefree days. Since my 9th birthday, research has become very important to me. After all, scientifically considered, what is a kiss? Suppose, for example, one of you young ladies was to kiss me. All right, there. Now, my contention is... Ole!
What's the matter, Sonny?
Oh, to be 7 again.
Where are you going, Noel?
Back to my study. Just me and my memories.
Mr. Wells, you're on the air.
Well, I've got to get on into the studio, but don't you take it too hard, Noel. After all, the whole world is ahead of you. You're young. Always remember, Sonny, you're living in a land of opportunity where anyone can grow up to be vice president. gentlemen, one of the greatest musical combinations in America, the King Cole Trio, playing Hit That Jive Jack.
Till I get back, I'm going downtown to see a man that ain't got time to shake your hand. Hit that jive jack, put it in your pocket till I get back. Time and time waits for a man that ain't got time to shake your hand. Standing on the corner, all full of jive, but you know that you're a boy, and I'll always give you 5. Hit that jive jack, put it in your pocket till I get back. I'm going downtown to see a man that ain't got time to shake your hand. Standing on the corner, all full of jive. But you know that you're my boy, I'll always give you 5. Hit that jive, jive, put it in your pocket till I get back. I'm going downtown to see a man that ain't got time. I ain't got time. I ain't got time. Shake your hands, boy, put it in your pocket till I get back. Hit that jive, jack.
You're listening to your radio almanac, ladies and gentlemen, and an almanac brings you a little bit of just about everything. Now, right here, for example, we bring you once again the housewife's guide and mentor, Prudence Pratt.
Peeling an onion underwater will prevent you from crying. It will also prevent you from breathing.
And, now our motorist aid department, Mr. Jack Mather.
Brother drivers, how you doing on your mileage? Are you getting lots or little? Are you crowing or kicking? Well, look, next time you overhear somebody saying, "Do I get the miles?" follow that fellow. Drive in right behind him at the sign of the Flying Red Horse. Echo his order, mobile gas. Drive out and learn what mileage means. You'll clock off mile after mile for every gallon. Your speedometer will show you mobile gas is packed with every wartime mile it's possible to give you. 1944 mobile gas delivers all the mileage that you got from peacetime mobile gas. No gasoline can give you greater distance for each coupon. Try it driving to the war plant. Try it going into town. Try it in your truck or on your sales route. And you'll say, "Do I get the miles?" Absolutely, folks. From the Redwood Highway to Times Square, mobile gas is America's favorite gasoline. Prove why. Drive in to your mobile gas dealers. Honest, you'll come galloping back for more mobile gas.
Thank you, Mr. Mather. And Miss Pratt, I see you have something more for the ladies.
A new cork dropped into scorched gravy improves the taste of the gravy. New gravy on scorched cork will not improve the taste of the cork.
Uh-huh. Thank you, Prudence Pratt. Dr. Snake Oil?
If you rub it with wet starch, there'll be no discoloration on a bump. That bump I couldn't handle.
For the past few weeks, Miss Hedda Hopper, the noted Hollywood columnist, has been taking various assorted pot shots at your obedient service. Who has gallantly decided to extend the privileges of his program to Miss Hopper, aforesaid, to give her the chance to air her curious views before a larger audience. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard Sinatra referred to as the voice. You've heard of Wooly the beard and Durante the nose. We bring you now Hedda Hopper the hat. Hedda, how does it feel to be on my program?
Well, I've read your script. See how shaky I am?
I've read your column. Look how shaky I am. Look, Hedda, I don't mind your knocking me, but I do object to your raving about that, a certain radio crooner.
What certain radio crooner?
Oh, I don't care to mention his name, but I'll give you his initials. Frank Sinatra.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear. Everybody thinks he's terrific. You know, a sailor friend of mine took his girl to see a Sinatra picture last night, and she swooned 3 times. Once on account of the picture.
Oh, really?
Oh, darling, what they like about Sinatra is he's so effervescent and bubbly.
So it's 7-Up. You get 2 cents back on the bottle.
Dear, the difference between you and Sinatra is he's not corny. In his pictures, when he proposes to the girl, he doesn't get down on his knees.
Of course not. He'd never be able to get up. You know, Hedda, I think you might revise your estimate of me if you'd see my new production, Jane Eyre.
I have.
Well, Joan Fontaine plays the title role.
Yes, and you play the part of Mr. Rochester.
How do you like me?
Well, the fellow Jack Benny's got plays it much better.
Hedda, this is common gossip. Why, everyone knows my studio is grooming me as their #1 leading man and lover.
You mean they've given up on Sidney Green Street? Oh, let's face it, Orson. You've got as much romance as a salmon going downstream.
Yeah, but you ought to see me going up to spawn. Hedda, I just don't know how you can say I'm not romantic.
Well, in that picture, Jane Eyre, when you kissed Joan Fontaine, I didn't feel anything.
Maybe you were sitting too far back. You say you don't like me as a lover, Hedda. What do you suggest I do?
Well, frankly, I don't know, Orson. Why don't you change your name to Lassie and go home?
Hedda, it's easy to criticize, but let's have a constructive suggestion. Now, take this radio show. How can I make myself your favorite comedian, short of having you on every week as a guest star?
You know, I married a comedian, and I know how hard it is to be funny. You've got to have confidence, Orson. As you stand there by that microphone, you've got to keep saying to yourself, I'm the funniest man in the whole world. Go on, use your imagination.
Well, I've always felt I didn't need to be funny, you know. My lovable nature, my winsome little ways, ready smile, and my sweet personality are my bread and butter.
And what do you do for your meat and potatoes?
Hedda, just for the fun of it, name something you do like about me.
Well, I always enjoy it when you say obediently yours, because then it's all over.
Hedda, there must be something else.
Well, dear, you do read poetry divinely.
Oh, poetry. You mean like, breathes there a man with soul so dead who never turned around and said, not bad.
You see, that's what I mean. Those jokes of yours, oh, brother.
Oh, now, really?
Listen to that kind of a program.
Well, Hedda, here's a telephone book. I'll just pick a telephone number at random. Here's one. Now, let's see. Rescue 96970.
Hello?
I'm sorry to bother you, miss, but what radio program are you listening to?
Orson Welles, and he's wonderful.
Well, thank you.
And what time are you coming home, Orson?
10 o'clock. Look, Hedda, let's not go on with this bickering. There's no reason on earth why we can't be the best of friends. We have so much in common. You know, really, Hedda, I remember when you started out, you were just an unknown then.
That's right. You too, Orson.
Yes, but you were quick to climb the ladder of success.
That's right. You too, Orson.
Finally, you became the greatest in your field.
That's right.
I said, Hedda, finally, you became the greatest in your field.
That's right.
Stop trying to think of a new line. Just read what I wrote on the paper. No kidding, Hedda. You remember those old days when we didn't have a nickel between us? We were almost starving, really, folks. One day in particular, a wintry afternoon it was, we met on a bench in Central Park. You were cold and hungry. I had a ham sandwich.
Yes, Orson, when you gave me that ham sandwich, you showed me what you were made of.
Hedda, before you go, you've really been so swell. It says here, I feel there's something I'd like to do for you. I'm casting a new picture of mine that's really a wonderful partner for you.
Oh, well, it's very kind
really
of you to think of me, dear, but I'm afraid you're too tall for me. It would be too much of a strain on my neck, darling, looking up at you.
Well, in pictures, dear, there's an easi way to fix that. For instance, you could stand on a box, and then you could look right into my face.
Better still, I might stand on your face and look right into the box.
Well, seriously, Hedda, this part, honest to goodness, is really great for you. Just the type for it, a perfect type. Now, just wait until you get your teeth into it. It's a real Academy material. Now, here's your scene. You and I have been lovers, see? Yeah.
Good.
We've been parted. You return, thank you. You stand there looking at me. I speak first. My treasure, my own one, my beloved. You've come back to me at last. The years have separated us, years of sorrow and heartache. Tell me this much. Are you all right? Are you? Are you? No, don't speak. Just let me look at you. What a picture you make there under the apple tree, the sunlight weaving its golden shuttle through your hair. The breath of spring blushing in your cheek. You've been away too long, darling. Tell me, did you miss me? Did you? Did you? You don't have to tell me. I can see it in your eyes. Those eyes that speak so eloquently to me of passion. Oh, darling, 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 take me in your arms as you used to. Take me. No, you look tired. You must rest. Darling, when I think of the songs, the spring times you and I have missed, the love words left unsaid, say them to me now, my darling. Say them. Say them.
Well,
I'm sorry, Hedda, you're not the type. We'll let you know if anything turns up. Hedda, really and truly, it's been great fun. I want to thank you sincerely for coming on the show. Really, truly. Everything from the highest point of anything I've said. I really get a big kick out of your column. And please promise me that you'll visit us again, Luella. Hedda.
Well, at least I'm glad you like my column. Read it tomorrow, darling, and you'll really get a kick. Good night, dear.
Today, the makers of Mobil Gas opened a brand new TCC refinery, the newest plant to share in their vast $90 million program. The greatest catalytic cracking program in the world. The home of this refinery is Torrance, California. Today, right this minute, flowing from this new plant is a super gasoline, an aviation gasoline. Indirectly, it will deal a death blow to the enemy. From this refinery is being produced a sensational new super fuel. It's called Flying Horsepower, and it gives new power ingredients to 100-octane aviation gasoline. Flying Horsepower means our planes will take off faster, climb much higher, go lots farther, and can carry heavier bomb loads. Flying Horsepower gives an Allied pilot that vital edge when life's at stake, when the issue is, will his plane or the enemy's come home? Friends, we're humbly grateful we can make this contribution. And after peace rings out, the power ingredients of Flying Horsepower are coming to your car in mobile gas at the sign of the Flying Red Horse.
Your Radio Almanac brings you now a moral maxim. Few men have virtue to withstand the highest bidder. George Washington said that. Yes, it was his birthday. George Washington was the 8th President of the United States. A lot of you may not believe that, but he was. Look it up if you want it. George Washington was the 8th President of the United States. He was, however, the first president elected by popular vote. All the difference in the world is in those words. Popular vote. And just 12 years ago yesterday, Adolf Hitler became a German citizen. Just look what he's done for his country in 12 years. Now I'd like to read you a little story from a book called The Sword and the Stone by T.H. White, a fanciful account of the creation of the world. People often ask as an idle question whether the process of evolution began with a chicken or the egg. Was there an egg out of which the first chicken came, or did a chicken lay the first egg? Well, the first thing created was the egg. When God had manufactured all the eggs out of which the fishes and the serpents and the birds and the mammals and even the duck-billed platypus would eventually emerge, he called the embryos before him and saw that they were good. Perhaps I ought to explain that all embryos look very much the same. They're what you are before you were born. Whether you're going to be a tadpole or a peacock or a man, when you're an embryo, you just look like a peculiarly repulsive and helpless human being. Now, the embryos stood up in front of God with their feeble hands clasped politely over their stomachs and their heavy heads hanging down respectfully. And God addressed them. He said, "Now look, you embryos, here you are, all looking exactly the same. We're going to give you the choice of what you're going to be. When you grow up, you'll get bigger anyway, but we're pleased to grant you another gift as well. You may alter any parts of yourself into anything which you think would be useful to you in after life. For instance, at the moment you can't dig, anybody who'd like to turn his hands into a pair of spades or garden forks is allowed to do so. Or to put it another way, at present you can only use your mouths for eating with. Anybody who'd like to use his mouth as an offensive weapon can change it by asking and be a cock and drill or a saber-toothed tiger. Now then, step up and choose your tools. But remember, what you choose, you'll grow into and will have to stick to." All the embryos thought the matter over politely. Then, one by one, they stepped up before the eternal throne. They were allowed 2 or 3 specializations, so that some chose to use their arms as flying machines and their mouths as weapons or crackers or drillers or spoons, while others selected to use their bodies as boats and their hands as oars. The asking and granting took up 2 long days. They were the 5th and 6th. At the very end of the 6th day, just before it was time to knock off for Sunday, they got through all the little embryos except one. This embryo was man. "Well, our little man," said God. "You waited till the last, slept on your decision. We're sure you've been thinking hard all the time. What can we do for you?" "Please, God," said the embryo, "I think that you made me in the shape which I now have for reasons best known to yourselves, and that it might be rude to change. If I'm to have my choice, I'll stay just as I am. I won't alter any of the parts you gave me for other and doubtless inferior tools. I'll stay a defenseless embryo all my life, doing my best to make unto myself a few feeble implements out of wood,
iron, other materials which you've seen fit to put before me. If you want a boat, I'll endeavor to construct it out of trees, and if I should want to fly, I'll put together a chariot to do it for me. Probably I've been very silly in refusing to take advantage of your kind offer, but I've done my best to think it over carefully, and now hope that the feeble decision of this small innocent will find favor with yourself.
Well done, exclaimed the Creator.
Here, all you embryos. Come here with your beaks and whatnot. Look upon our first man. He's the only one who's guessed our riddle. Out of all of you, we have great pleasure in conferring upon him the order of dominion over the fowls of the air and the beasts of the earth and the fishes of the sea. Now, the rest of you get along. Love and multiply. It's time to knock off for the weekend. As for you, man, you'll be a naked tool all your life, though a user of tools. You'll look like an embryo till they bury you, but all others will be embryos before your might, eternally undeveloped. You'll always remain potential in our image, able to see some of our sorrows and to feel some of our joys. We're partly sorry for you, man, and partly happy, but always proud. Run along then, man. Do your best. And listen, man, before you go. Well, asked Adam, turning back from his dismissal. We were only going to say, said God shyly. Well, we were just going to say, God bless you. Time to say goodnight now. I hope you'll join us next week. Until then, my sponsors, the makers of mobile gas and mobile oil, and all of us remain as always, obediently yours.
Our guests next week are Victor Moore and Kay Thompson, the makers of mobile gas and mobile oil. Invite you to join us then, same time, same station. Mr. Wells, read from The Sword and the Stone by T.H. White, published by Putnam. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Probably the greatest English writer of the last century who wrote with two words in mind, could be, is the novelist H.G. Wells. Wells has lifted our imaginations with The First Man on the Moon, The War of the Worlds, The Invisible Man, and so on. With extraordinary resourcefulness and creativity, he has brought life to the incredible. And today we have taken his words from the page and placed them in your ear so that you may actually believe you are in the outlandish world of H.G. Wells.
Professor Legend, can you make out the school desks and the school children?
Yes, I can. And I do.
From here they look phosphorescent. Luminous, don't they?
They do look strange, Plattner. And that explosion blew us a considerable distance away. I must get back to the school and take charge.
Oh, Professor Legend, I don't think that'll be possible.
Why not, indeed?
Because I think that you and I are dead.
Our mystery drama, Watchers of the Living, adapted from a story by H.G. Wells, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by James Agate, Jr., and stars Tony Roberts. I'll be back shortly with Act One.
Come in.
Oh, great master, I have traveled far to seek your wisdom. Speak to me.
Close the door. It's cold.
Sir, I crave the meaning of life.
How do you earn your bread, my son?
Well,
do you till the soil?
No.
Do you tend sheep?
I'm in advertising, sir. Advertising.
Fascinating.
Yes, sir, I'm in a big hurry. I have to be in Fiji tomorrow to shoot a television commercial.
Fiji?
Yeah, we found a place there that looks exactly like Columbus, Ohio.
Why not go to Columbus, Ohio?
Look, I'm just here for some wisdom.
All right, let me check my wisdom book, see what we can
thank
find.
you. Yeah.
Go with radio.
What?
Looks to me like a fantastic buy.
I wanted important wisdom.
This is important. Listen, newspaper cost per thousand is up 99% since 1967. TV is up 90%,
sir.
But radio cost is only up 38%.
38%.
And it says radio's audience is bigger than ever.
But what about happiness and stuff?
Use radio. It's great impact at a price you can still afford, and you'll be very happy.
That's it?
Yeah. And when you go out, close the door real tight, because it's cold and you're going to get a runny nose.
If you want to talk to an authority on advertising, call us. We're 97 WFLA.
Here's a tip from your Better Business Bureau. Are you in the market for a used car? If you are, it would be wise to shop around until you get a feel for the market. It's important for you to find out if the car is covered by a warranty. A used car warranty is limited. For example, it may cover the first 1,000 miles or 30 days. Remember, however, the warranty is as good as the dealer who backs it. And you check his reliability with your local Better Business Bureau. Also, remember that careful inspection is the key to enjoying a used car. Be sure and look for rust. Check the tires, the shock absorbers, and the operating controls. And incidentally, it's also a good idea to take a test drive. You see, by giving the car the once-over before you buy it, you're protecting yourself against a faulty purchase and a lot of headaches after you've bought it. This has been a tip from your Better Business Bureau. What'll it be this time, Mr. Wells? Mars colliding with Earth? A machine to put you into another century? The problems of loving and living when no one can see you? None of the above? Something completely different? Yes, it is. In fact, in the 90 years of science fiction that followed where H.G. Wells blazed a trail, no one has ever attempted to duplicate the story we tell you now.
My name is Fred Plattner. I'm 27. My mother and father passed away when I was 10. I'm a teacher at a small school in Sussexville. So small that one teacher has to do the work of 5. Too much work for too little pay. Last week, I heard of a great summer job in town, lifeguard on Sandy Beach. To apply, I first had to get a physical checkup.
Miss Plattner, I do not have good news for you.
I'm sick, Dr. Bendiner?
No, I wouldn't say that. Not sick, but strange.
You mean when you examined me, you found
I didn't want to say anything until I had the x-rays, but I can tell you this. In all my years of general practice, I have never seen a body like yours.
Well, will I live?
Who knows? Before I show you the x-rays, tell me, young man, why do you want to be a lifeguard? I understand you have an eminently scholarly position as a teacher.
Well, that's what everyone tells me, Doctor. But there's no money in it now and no future in it tomorrow.
What do you teach?
What don't I teach? Bookkeeping, geography, modern languages, and chemistry, which Dr. Lidgett, our former principal, threw at me about a month ago.
Aye, all those subjects. You must have a vast knowledge.
No, I don't. But since my students begin by knowing nothing, all I have to do is bone up from day to day and stay one lesson ahead.
What an extraordinary way to run a school.
In a town of 1,000 persons and 1.25 children per household, I was told by Professor Lidgett, the principal, there was no alternative. There are 2 other teachers besides myself, and that's it. On my present salary, I can hardly save a cent. But if I pass the physical and get this lifeguard position, I could clear $300 this summer.
I wish I could help you, Mr. Plattner, but the facts don't help me. Let me show you. Look at these. Your x-rays. First, notice your heart beats on the right side of your body. Now look at this plate. That is the right lobe of your liver. However, it's on the left side, and the left lobe is on the right side. Tell me, have you noticed any changes in yourself lately?
Well, now that you mention it, I have been finding it sort of difficult to write straight across a page the way I used to.
You've stopped writing? How do you correct papers?
Using my left hand and writing across the paper from right to left.
Anything else, Mr. Plattner, out of the ordinary?
Well, I was never very good at sports, but now I can't throw a ball with my right hand at all.
With your left?
Not far. And sometimes I get confused at meal times, trying to find my knife and fork. I've caught myself quite often trying to cut my meat with my fork and putting it into my mouth with my knife. I'm backwards. Is that it?
What should be on your right side is on your left.
You're sure I haven't always been that way?
I asked myself the same question. So I got out your old x-rays from Dr. Jonas's files. The last time you came for a checkup, everything was in its proper place.
I wonder...
I have a theory, Mr. Plattner, which is not easy to substantiate, how this might have occurred to a person. But my theory could hardly apply to you.
It couldn't?
There's a mathematical hypothesis that the only way a solid body can be changed is by taking that body clean out of space, as we know it, and inverting it.
Oh, my gosh.
Much further into space than any astronauts have ever gone. Of course, into the fourth dimension, in fact. But that is a theory, and you, Mr. Plattner, are a fact. Obviously, your internal exchange of left for right was not the result of any voyages into the fourth dimension.
Oh, but they are. I mean, they could be.
You have made such a trip?
I have. I was hoping to keep it a secret.
My dear young man, look, getting a job this summer as a lifeguard isn't that important.
Oh, but I did. 2 weeks ago. I mean, I returned from wherever I was 2 weeks ago. Didn't you hear about my disappearing from the school? You see, that's where I must have been. In that fourth dimension.
Mr. Plattner, you're not feeling chilly or flushed, are you?
No, I'm fine.
So you took a trip into space, did you?
Well, I don't know where I was, but I certainly wasn't in Sussexville.
Mr. Plattner, I imagine the tests have been a bit exhausting, so if you'll come into the next room, you just stretch out on this couch, close your eyes, and rest up a bit.
But I'm not tired.
For your own sake, I think lying down won't hurt. You know, when you speak of traveling to other dimensions, even if you can't be a lifeguard this summer, I'd hate you to lose your teaching job because they thought you've lost your mind.
Of course, I couldn't really blame Dr. Bendiner for thinking somehow I'd become unscrewed. And as I laid down in his anteroom, those 9 days in nowhere came back to me. 9 days I'd never forget. It began on a Tuesday night after chemistry class.
Why are you still here, Plattner? The bell rang. What are all these boys still doing here? They haven't all been kept in, have they?
Professor Lidgett, Carson here, found some green powder up in the old lime kiln. So I told the boys if they'd like to take part in some scientific research, stay after class, and we'll subject the green powder to some scientific tests.
Proceed then, Plattner. I shall watch with interest. You don't mind if I stand beside you at the table here?
No, not at all. Professor Lidgett, we're conducting this experiment to impress upon these boys, Jacoby, Goodman, O'Shea, and Carson, that curiosity is not something that should stop after one has left school. So, here is a medicine bottle containing green powder, courtesy of Billy Carson, and plugged with a masticated piece of newspaper.
Plugged with what?
A large spitball. First, we place a small amount of the green powder into a test tube. Now, we hold the tube under the tap and see what effect is caused by water. No effect. No change in the substance whatsoever. As you can see, the powder does not even dissolve. Now, we'll prepare a number of test tubes, filling them with a little of Carson's green powder, partially filling each, and then in turn we'll test the green powder against nitric acid, sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid. Very disappointing. No results, no changes in the powder. The experiment has yielded us 0. Nix. Naught. Well, boys, those are the hazards of science.
Why don't you set fire to some of the powder, Platinum?
Light it? With a match?
Or a Bunsen burner.
Boys, our principal, Professor Lidgett, suggests a test by fire. Here we go. We knock a few grains from the bottle onto this slate on our lab table. Professor, would you oblige with a match?
Oh, yes, happy to.
It's smoking. The green powder is melting. At the explosion, I was lifted off my feet and driven forcibly backwards. I wondered if I'd crashed through the wall or window of the chemistry lab. The next thing I knew, I was thrown to the ground.
Plattner, is that you?
Professor Lidgett, are you hurt?
Well, I don't think so.
Me neither. My face seems to be all right. I still have both my ears, hands, arms, and my feet.
Oh, so I thank heaven. Where's the school? Where are we? None of this countryside looks familiar to me.
Look. Straight in front of us. Those figures. I know those boys. They're in my bookkeeping class. But how strange they look. Sort of gray and amorphous. Almost floating.
Are those gray shapes there? Those are our students?
I can see their lips move. They're talking. But I can't hear a word they're saying. And they're coming towards us. The one in front is Johnson. Great heavens. He just walked right through you.
I know. And I didn't feel a thing. Did you notice how dark it is getting? Above us, the sky is jet black. The only light is that greenish glow on the horizon and those black hills. Where are we?
Well, I can still see the chemistry classroom, but it seems to be receding, getting fainter.
Yes, I can see it too, way off there. It's as though I had X-ray eyes and can see right through the walls. We must get back. We've been blown to